Inside SVS, and I am here with the CEO,
Oh.
with the man with a mission,
Yes.
with the big dog, with the owner, with the leader, with the big boss.
All right, it's a lot.
Okay, Miles Triplett.
Yay. Hi, Peggy.
Hello, my love.
How are you doing?
I'm very happy to be here.
All right, why are you happy?
I'm really glad that you chose me
Well, you know why I chose you, right?
out of everyone because of my intellect and my beaming personality and our great friendship. So clearly that is the soul. Or those are the only
no
reasons.
doubt. Yeah. Sure, yes. So I just wanted to have a good, friendly, great conversation with somebody I do respect, and hopefully that's what will happen right now.
So much fun.
Yes, because it's always fun talking to Pegsters.
Of course. And likewise, my friend. So today we want to get inside the mind of Miles Triplett
Yes, we do. Let's freaking do it.
and behind the scenes of SVS and all of the things that have been going on, because it's been a lot.
Okay.
It's been a lot. Let's get into it.
Sure.
So this has been a very significant year.
Oh, man.
Very significant.
Big word.
Which means now you have a lot more fans, a lot more people watching, a lot more people who are aware of you than ever before, right?
I'd agree, yeah.
So today, who is Miles Triplett?
Well, same Miles I always been. A real ass nigga. Nothing changes about that. Okay, you got it. What more? In what perspective of me? Who is Miles? Who is Miles?
Like, what's driving you? How have you changed? Like, who are you today? Give me like 5 ways that you describe yourself today.
So for me, it's hard to answer that question necessarily because I don't really change. Like I don't see myself like changing internally outside of I guess just learning more. So I mean, 5 things I say I've definitely learned over this past year is, for one, people's perspective on certain aspects of the industry are far different from mine. I guess mainly I'll say all 5 are just about people, just how people operate, and seeing what things mean to other people and what things mean to me is like so different. But yeah, I can't say I've changed at all. I mean, I'm still the same hard-working, dick slanging, great comedic. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just still the same. So it's hard to.
Do you feel like it's hard to describe yourself because you are so private? Because you don't really talk about, much about like your personal life and things like that, to an extent, right? So like, do you feel like it is hard to say like, this is who I am, because that's a little bit more?
I get what you're getting at. But no, because I mean, who I am in my public life is the same person I am in my private life. I don't think there's much of a difference. It's just I don't talk about certain things. So those talking about those certain things doesn't really change, who I am like as a person. I'd say like I do think I am a hard person to just describe though. Like a lot of people, there we go. I used the Tupac like saying where he's like, you ask 5 different people about who I am, you'll get 5 different answers. And I genuinely believe that. I don't think you can go around and just ask 5 different people about, oh, hey, what do you describe Miles? And they're all going to give you like the same exact answer. One thing, like the documentary we did 3 years ago, one of the questions that Kyrie asked everybody was describe Miles. And no person said the same word. Like we interviewed like over 50 people and not one person said the exact same word as the other person. So I feel like that's just a great example of, you know what I'm saying? It's just you get what you get. Depending on the day, hey man, you get what the fuck you get. And I hope you get the right one.
Okay, cool. Okay, so being a filmmaker, are there 5 films that you would say have either impacted you really, really heavily or that describe you or define you?
Like my own or just like other people's?
I mean, let's say other people's for now.
I mean, favorite film of all time is Lion King. That film encompasses everything to me that a film should be in a short amount of time. Like it's like 85 minutes long, but you have comedy, you have great music, a great score, you have great the great story, great moments, like memorable and quotable moments and stuff. Like everything about a movie to me is like great in The Lion King. Some of my other, I mean, let's say, actually, I ain't got it. I started like this year writing a list of like my favorite films of all time because Shannon, my first AD, she asked me like, what are my favorite films? And I had no fucking idea. So, Lion King, Straight Outta Compton, Hitch.
Okay.
There's a movie called The Greatest Game Ever Played. Never heard of it, have you? Yeah, it did terrible in the box office. It didn't do great, but it's such a great fucking film. It's a movie about a golf player in the 1900s, and he's an amateur golf player, and he takes it all the way to the pros, and like he wins a pro tournament. But Shia LaBeouf plays the main person, and at that time, like I was you good over there? You're shaking the head. Seems like Marcel doesn't like Shia LaBeouf, but all right, whatever. This one I was big on Shia LaBeouf, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, even Stevens, he had the classic Holes. You seen Holes, right?
It's a big one.
It is a big one.
Oh,
come on, she knows the song. Yeah, so I was big on Shia LaBeouf, so I was watching anything that he did, and that movie, so good. There's only 2 movies that have ever made me cry, and it's that movie and Lion King. So that's like one of my favorite movies. 8 Mile, Rookie of the Year, Major Payne, Devil Wears Prada, you know, shit like that.
That's very interesting and very surprising.
Which part? Just the movies?
Yes, the types of movies, because most of them are dramas. And most of the films that you create are
comedies, yeah.
And when I say comedy,
okay,
I mean comedy. Just as comedic as you can get. Just push it. So it's like, that's very interesting.
Yes, but I also think it's because I'm a very big critic of comedy. Like I'm very much a hard critic when it comes to comedy. It's very hard for me to see a comedy and be like, oh, that was a good fucking comedy. It's not a lot of comedies that I enjoy. Because somebody else asked me that. Kyrie had asked me, what is my favorite comedy of all time? And I was like, I don't fucking know, because I don't like a lot of comedies that are out. So I just told him Major Payne, because I fucking love Major Payne. I really want to play a character like Major Payne one day. But yeah, like I would say that's one of my favorite comedies of all time. But yeah, I don't like a lot of comedy movies. So I think that's why that list is like that.
That's very interesting. Okay. Just a little balance there. We're here for that, I think. So I know that this is year 13.
Yes.
For SVS Productions.
Fucking right.
And that's a long time.
Yes, it is. A little teenager.
Yeah. You got a teenage baby.
I do.
You're a real father. So Big Daddy D.
I like the way she did that. Made sense.
So, what do you feel like for 13 years has kept you going? And has there ever been a time that you really, really wanted to give up?
To answer the first question is the love. Like, I found out, like, when I first started 13 years ago, that I actually really love doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually love to make... I love to make productions. Like, I love to put shit together. I love to, bring a concept that I had in my mind and bring it to fruition and watch it and, you know what I'm saying, do it again. And then I loved working with my friends. Like I had so much fun doing this stuff like at the beginning that it was like, yo, I fucking love this. Like I don't want to do anything else. So throughout all these years, you know, the hardships and all of that crap is just like the love that I have for doing this stuff is like monumental, and I can't really compare. Like I can and would do this for the rest of my life if no money was involved. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, it would be to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? Like it may not be as much, but I could never see myself not doing it. And then to answer the second question, no, I've never had a moment where I was like, oh man, yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna just give up. It's always moments of, what the fuck am I going to do now? Like, what am I going to pivot to? Like, what else can I do? Okay, this shit isn't working. This shit didn't work. Okay, what can I do now that will help, or that will, you know, make me be better and get myself more out there? But it's never been a moment. I feel like I have survivor's remorse saying that, because so many people in this industry do have that moment where they're questioning themselves and like, oh man, should I be here? Should I give up? And my answer is always, yeah, nigga. The fuck out of here. It ain't for you.
Okay.
But it's not even that. I mean, I understand. I don't want to sound unrelatable. Like I don't understand people questioning themselves, because it is a hard, you know, industry and hard shit to do. But no, I've never had that moment of, oh man, should I stop? And I'm trying to think while I'm answering this question, because there's been moments in SVS where it's like, fuck, like I say, the biggest pivotal moment for me was 2013 when I was trying to be a rapper and shit and it wasn't working out. And I remember sitting in my dorm room like, hey, this ain't working out, nigga. Man, like I had made like 6 videos and they was all getting like 2-3 views like after putting them out on YouTube and stuff. And I'm like, hey man, they not fucking with the kid. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see this. So what am I gonna do? Like, what do I keep trying to make more freaking music, or do I try something else? And then that's when I made the decision to start making skits and start doing like acting stuff. And that's when, SVS really started to, get some momentum going because of that pivot. So even at that moment, I know a lot of people would look at that as, well, fuck this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I'm gonna just give up and I'm gonna stop. But it wasn't a stop moment. It was like, let me adjust. Let me go somewhere else so I can keep doing what I love to do.
Where do you feel like you get that drive from? Because that's not everyone has that drive to just keep going. And it's almost like this gonna work. Like it's not,
right.
This is going to work. Right. So where do you feel like you got that from?
I don't know. I wish I could attribute it to something, but it's always been me. Like even before SVS started, like I've always been, like very headstrong as far as like what if I want to do something, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna just try my best to keep doing it. But I don't know. I think it's the love. Like the love of it drives me. Like there's not a day I've been on this earth since I've started 13 years ago that I haven't thought about doing this. And it fucks with me because I know a lot of people, they take like big breaks. And like whenever I always talk to actors, I'm like, oh, how long you been acting? And they give me that, well, even when me and Marcel do chemistry and we get actors on here, we're like, oh, how long you been acting? And like, oh, well, when I was 7, I started. And it's like, oh, okay, all right. This is how long have you been consistently motherfucking acting? You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Between those times, they're like, oh, I had a love for it when I was 7, but, I stopped. You know what I'm saying? I went to college and, okay, I just started picking it back up 6 months ago. It's like, okay, so you've been really trying at this for 6 fucking months, right? And that hasn't been me. You know what I'm saying? I've been consistently trying at this for 13 straight years. There hasn't been a moment in the past 13 years of my life that I haven't been actively trying to figure this out and, actively try to get myself to a certain type of place of success. So, yeah, just to have that, I can only attribute it to the love. I can't attribute it really to a person or some type of inspiration or anything. It's just like, when you really love something, it's like, well, why would I not, why would I be doing something else? Like, why would I, that's what I was trying to say. Like a lot of people throughout the years would always, tell me to like get a life. Like, oh, this is all you do, nigga. You need to go live. You need to go get a fucking life. It's like, nigga, I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my life. Like, I don't care to do all the other shit that you're fucking doing and shit. Like, I actually love what I do and I love what I'm pursuing. Like, why does, going to the club and like doing all this other shit really fucking matter if I actually love what the hell I'm doing? So it's really, I really just think that's it. Just that love for it keeps that drive going.
So I heard you say in another interview that growing up, you were kind of, I guess, sheltered. And so do you feel like being sheltered growing up and kind of getting used to not doing what everyone else is doing has kind of shaped you to be how you are now, which is like you said, I don't have to necessarily have a life like everyone else. I know how to like focus and zone in on this one thing that I'm very passionate about and that I love.
Yeah, actually, I could definitely contribute it to that because growing up, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have access to a lot of things and I didn't see a lot of things until I got to college. And okay, I say I can attribute it, but I also, it's like 50-50 for me because, I mean, I got two brothers, so we all grew up the same way. They didn't turn out like me. They wanted to experience certain shit and go live that life and all that. So it's like a part of me is like yes, but a part of me is like no because they did not do certain shit, but it just personally just never interested me, and I don't know if it is because of like the sheltered environment and not being exposed to certain things, but nah, just a lot of the shit just never interested me, and I think like when I found SVS was around the same time that, you know what I'm saying, I'm leaving the house, I'm going to college and I'm turning 18 and stuff. So it's like combining those two, it's like when you leave and, you turn 18 and you're out from under your parents and stuff, it's like that's when you start to figure out who the fuck you are. You start to go through things and all that stuff. But for me, it's like I had SVS to lean on as far as like who I was and like stuff that I do. And I think if you don't have something to lean on, if you don't have like a base or a moral foundation, then that's when you start to venture out and, try to explore and do all these other things. So I think SVS kept me away from a lot of those things.
Mm-hmm. What were you like? Because I know that you also said that college was, you said that you were like, when you got to college, you were like a gazelle amongst a bunch of lions.
Boy.
Because this was like a whole new experience for you. This is like your first time really being
yes, it was
out in the world, right?
Yes, it was.
We know Miles to be a very like effort kind of boisterous personality. Mm-hmm. What were you like pre-college? Like what was Miles like in school?
Genuinely the opposite. Like everything you see now, like me, and it's before SVS. Like it's Miles up until SVS and it's Miles after SVS. Before SVS, I mean, I was shy. Like I was which I'm still shy to a certain extent, but I was 100% shy. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried not to talk in class. I tried not to have any attention towards me. I tried to just go through life with my friends type shit and not do, anything to draw that attention to myself. So for me, it was just a very much, very mild mannered, you know what I'm saying? Very, like, it's so weird saying this stuff because people see me now and they're like, oh yeah, you probably was a class clown. Or you probably did. Like, no, my nigga, like, no, how I would classify myself was I was like the smart kid in class. Like I was the kid everybody would cheat off of and stuff, like with tests and whatnot. Like literally people would call me just the smart person, like, you know what I'm saying, in class. So it wasn't, so I didn't have this stigma of being like funny or like being like crazy and wild and saying stuff or any of that because I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't try to be, like, I wasn't the smart kid who would always raise his hand and shit. No, I'm the smart kid. Hey, look, let me just do my fucking answers in the test and, leave me the fuck alone. I never talked to teachers. I didn't like talking to teachers. I didn't do any of that stuff. So it was, like I said, it was just, to me, it was a very much a polar opposite. Only like the close friends that I had could probably say like, okay, Miles hasn't changed. But
Mm-hmm.
if you just knew of me in high school, if you didn't like actually know me for real, then like, no, you just know like the shy, smart Miles.
So in a way, your character has been the same, just the way that you express it has been different.
Yes, because that's when SVS started, that's when the fuck it came in. Like, it was just like, hey, fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I cared about what people thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Most teenagers, you care about what people think and shit. But just when SVS started, it was like a switch in my mind. I was like, fuck all of y'all. Like, who cares? Fuck you, and you. And that's just how I started being like senior year. And it's like, looking back on it, I almost kind of regret it because I met so many people my senior year. Like, I didn't know a lot of people like those first 3 years of high school, but my senior year, I met so many like people, so many of the cool kids, like all that, like we became cool and shit. And it was like, damn, man, all I had to do was not give a fuck. And like, damn, I could have been cool. I could have had bitches, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, it was really SVS that really like made that switch where I was just like, fuck y'all. Because I mean, you gotta think about it. When I started in high school, I was making videos of me like dancing on campus with sweater vests. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was me, I was twirling sweater vests on campus, just wilding out in class and shit. You gotta have a certain level of I don't give a fuck to do that.
So this is senior year.
Yes.
When you started doing this.
Yes.
Why?
So, what?
Why did you do that?
It was the video. Okay, so the videos when I started in high school, they were sweater vest swag videos.
Right.
So they were pretty much just videos of me remixing songs that were out and talking about sweater vest. And for the videos, I would just do things in sweater vest to let people know how much I love sweater vest. Look, as a grown ass man saying this out loud, I get it. Look, I get it. I'm not stupid. I was 17. You know what I'm saying? Look, 17, literally breaking out of my shell and just, hey, said fuck it.
Where did the sweater, was it just like it sparked from that Soulja Boy, like from that song and then being like pretty boy swag, sweater vest swag? Like, was it just that you just thought about sweater vest, or were you always into sweater vest?
No, yeah. Okay, so, all right. So it's a Fairly Odd Parents episode. Did you watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
All right, you remember the black kid, AJ?
Yes.
He wore sweater vest.
Okay.
And there's an episode where he says sweater vests are lady killers. And I was in the 6th grade, and I remember it. I said, yo, I gotta get sweater vests because then I'll have all the ladies. So from 6th grade, I didn't get my first sweater vest until 9th grade. And then by the time I was 17 in 12th grade, I had 5 sweater vests. And it was a week where I decided to wear every single sweater vest, like Monday through Friday. And after that week, everybody just started calling me like sweater vest and saying, oh, Miles loves sweater vests. Because I do. Because I thought it would get me the girls.
Did it work? How did that work?
There's no need for a follow-up question.
Okay. Okay. I think we have our answer, people.
It did it, which is so wild. Like, well, it's not wild now looking back, but it was wild at the time. I was really confident that all the girls loved the sweater vest. And looking like I got no bitches in high school, so it makes sense looking back at it now, right? But man,
You continue to.
well, because at that point when SVS started, because SVS started, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to be doing this for 13 more fucking years. It was just literally supposed to be a one-off little joke thing because everybody was talking about me wearing sweater vests at school. But I mean, that's when I found the love, and it was like I just found this thing that I could keep doing, and it was like, okay, the sweater vest is the thing for me right now, so let me just keep making videos about sweater vest.
Right.
So I just stuck with it.
And so, being that you actually didn't set out to be a filmmaker, when did the switch happen to be like, I actually do want to be a filmmaker? Like, when did it go from skits to filmmaking, and then like taking the filmmaking part seriously?
It was that moment, that 2013 moment. So the first 3 years at SVS, I had it in my head. I'm about to be a music video director. Like, I want to be like Hype Williams, you know what I'm saying? Colin Tilley. I want to be one of the greatest music video directors ever. But then when I started rapping and making my own videos and stuff, I didn't really like doing it. Like, I didn't like making the videos, like all the work that it took to just make this little 4 or 5 minute fucking video. So when I started to pivot and make that shift and to start doing skits, that's when, after we made like the first couple skits, and I had made a show, a parody reality show. I say this show is what built SVS. It was a parody reality show I made like with my friends that you called ugly, the 3MB. And
I don't know if I call all three of them ugly now.
Oh, you call one of them, huh? Not all three, nigga, but some.
That did not come out of my mouth, people. I don't call people ugly. Thank you.
No, but she lets you know by the facial expression. Oh, this ain't the one, huh? All right, let me put the phone back down. So I had a show that I created with them called The Real Three. It was a parody reality show. And that was the first time where I started doing like actual filmmaking. Like, I made a show where we made an intro. I had music under it. We had like did the confessionals, you know what I'm saying? I was writing out the script as far as like what should happen and stuff. And like, that's what really bit the bug of, holy shit, okay, I wanted to start doing film type stuff. Because I didn't cancel like feature film stuff. It was just still like shows and like skit stuff, but more acting. Like doing actual plot, story, like acting type shit. So I say like SVS was really kind of built on the back of the 3MB because of that show. That's when I realized, holy shit, let me start doing more filmmaking type stuff.
What was it that like excited you about the filmmaking part? Was it just putting all of these different things together? Was it seeing it, seeing the finished product? Like, what was it about that was like, ooh, like got your juices flowing?
Oh, I'll do that again.
Nope.
Okay. It was the story aspect to it. So even with the music videos that nobody was watching that I made, they were all.
Are they still available?
No, they're all down. Yeah. Nope. I'll show you one. Just one. There were story videos though. We always did like an intro of the story, like in the beginning, depending on whatever the song is talking about, and then throughout the video, it was it was a story video. It wasn't like just me rapping like in front of the camera. It was actual like acting type shit, people playing characters to follow the story. So I've always been attracted to making stories. Even like in high school, one of my biggest videos in high school was a story video. Like I did a remix of Black and Yellow and Carter Sweater Hero. Ballin'. But it was a story, you know what I'm saying, about this kid who was lame and then he found sweater vest and then now he was super cool and then he went and saved somebody and gave them a vest. It was a whole story, you know what I'm saying, involved in it. So it's like
thinking?
I've always,
Nothing, go ahead.
Okay, it sounds like whatever. So it's always been that aspect to me as far as like with storytelling. So finally when it came to when I started like doing the Real Three and like the actual filmmaking part, it was like, oh shit, I don't gotta worry about like making a song and like making a story. So like I can actually make whatever is in my head and now I can make this a story and actually do it. So it's like I've always enjoyed like great storytelling. Like even talking about the movies that, what I'm saying, that are my favorite films, just talking about like, those are like great stories and stuff.
Nice. Okay. So you're a storyteller, I feel you. So let's fast forward a bit. You had your 10-year anniversary a few years ago.
Yes.
There was a whole party.
There was.
And all of that. But I do know that that was actually a really hard time for you personally.
Oh.
So how do you want to talk about it?
No, man. How'd you know?
I did my research.
Okay.
So I know that was a hard time for you personally. It was hard for you to really like take in the moment because of the other things that were going on for you.
Yes.
So looking back on it now with like, now you've had a chance to like not only shoot the documentary, but I'm sure like watch it back, and look back on that moment. Like, what was that for you now? Like, how do you look back on that moment of like reaching that 10-year milestone?
I mean, it's still hard because of my mindset during that time. Like, it was I didn't enjoy like any of that, like that whole weekend or any of that. And it's so fucked up to me because like I've been looking forward to that since 5 years of SVS. That's when I said in my mind, okay, when I get to 10 years, I want this big blowout fucking weekend and a bunch of SVS people like coming and stuff. But because of where my mind was that whole weekend, it's still so hard to like think about that stuff. And like, look at it, it's like I feel like I wasted a bunch of money. I feel like I wasted a bunch of time. I didn't thoroughly fucking enjoy it. I was so busy trying to make sure other people were having fun. Like I wasn't enjoying it. So it's like, looking at it, I get it is a milestone, but it's not at all what I wanted and what I thought it would be. So it's like I'm steadily trying to look forward to, I said I would do one at 20 years, but I feel like I'm gonna do one at 15 years to kind of make up for that 10-year one because it wasn't a good time.
Was there anything beyond what you were going through personally that made it feel like you wasted money, time, and like all that stuff? Or was it just because of the headspace you were in? You just didn't really want to do it? Yeah,
no, it was straight personal. Because, that's been SVS. I've always like sacrificed money and sacrificed time to, do certain shit. And I've, it's been worth it. So I've enjoyed it. People have enjoyed themselves. And it's like, okay, yeah, this is, that's just the normal. But because of the personal, like, depression I was fucking in, it was like, it was just more painful than anything to be around all of that. So it was definitely just personal. Nothing like outside of that really affected that weekend.
How did you overcome that while also having all these eyes on you and all this stuff going on, and you were still showing up as Miles,
right,
that everyone knows.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate that, and then how did you eventually overcome all of that?
Navigating it it's like I felt like I was on autopilot, right? I felt like let me just play the part. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't feel fucking good right now, but let me just try to play the part. What I did, that year, 2020 was the first year that I like tried to take a break. Like I tried, like that's when I got off of Instagram for like the first time. It was December 2020, because I just felt so fucked up. And like 2 weeks later, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like I'm gonna be all right. So I came back, for 2021 SVS season, and I still wasn't good. I still wasn't like really all the way right. And that's when I figured, oh shit, no nigga, you really need a longer break. Like you really need to figure your shit the fuck out. But if anybody knows me, once I'm in the thick of it, hey, we in here now, nigga. Look, you can figure it out when you can. But right now, nigga, yeah, you gotta you got a lot of shit on your plate that you gotta figure out, and you gotta show up and do. Like I'm very much I'm still very much business oriented. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still very much I'm gonna take care of what I gotta do, no matter like what's personally going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not the healthiest thing without a doubt, but it, sometimes for the life is about sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do have to sacrifice certain, times and certain moments to still, get your business right. If I would have just took a break in the middle of an SVS season, like that, just personally, because I wasn't that fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something major health concern. It wasn't, I wasn't thinking suicide or nothing like that. It was just internally, I didn't feel like myself. So it was like, okay, let me just, get all of this stuff down, and then I can take the time. So then at the end of that year, at the end of 2021, from October to December, that's when I really figured out like what the fuck was wrong with me and really got back to myself. That's why when I came back in 2022, like it was like season of happiness. You know what I'm saying? It was a season of nigga be happy, smile, because I genuinely felt happy. That was the first time like I felt happy in like 3 years. Like I finally felt back to like myself, and I just figured, okay, make sure I never get back to that place that I was at. And so you just did the internal work, really.
Good. And how are you now?
Great. Like literally still great. Like I thank God for those 3 months of just sitting down and really just figuring out why I'm feeling like this. What is the causes? What's the root of everything? Okay, now how can I get rid of these causes? How can I get rid of these roots? Like what do I need to do to get over this hump and shit? And then once I figured all of that out, like I said, I just remember being in the gym and then hearing that Little Mix song, Happiness, and just being like, yo, my nigga, I'm happy. Like this is it. Like I feel fucking amazing. And really, what's so wild to me is 2022 was the year of the test for me with that shit. Because here I am at the start of 2022, nigga. Hey, we happy. Season of happiness. And it was like one of the worst years of my life. It was like one of the worst years, personally and career-wise, that I've ever fucking had. In here, but I didn't feel depressed. Like I didn't feel like, oh no, like I feel so bad and shit. I mean, I had like, you have moments. You know what I'm saying? You're never not gonna have moments and shit. But overall, I felt good. Like I still felt healthy. I still felt, my mind was in a good place. I was stable. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like sometimes your mind can just feel like flustered and shit. Like I never felt like that. So I feel like, those last months of 2021 prepared me for 2022 to make sure my mind was good to handle what the fuck was about to come.
Speaking of that, so you went from Little Mix Happiness, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
To Tupac Hit 'Em Up.
Come on, gang.
Right?
Gang.
Though it
First off, fuck your bitch and the click you clank.
Right? Yes. So your theme song one year was Little Mix Happiness, which is a very, if you don't know the song, it's a very like upbeat pop like.
I was searching for happiness.
It's still on
I was using you to fill all my loneliness. I realized from the moment I set you free.
Yes.
I found love in me. You hear those words?
Yeah.
Like, that's real shit.
Beautiful.
It's such a pop song, but like, really? I found the love in me, man.
I love that. I'm happy for you.
No doubt. And then fuck your bitch.
And then we went to Tupac.
No doubt.
Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah, there we go.
So and that kind of like launched kind of where we are now, where it's just been it's been a lot. It's been a lot of evolution, a lot of, right? So if we can talk about this last year, and maybe even just even if you want to bring in 2022 in that as well, what would you say were the highlights and then the lowlights of, or you can pick one, you know what I mean, of like a highlight and low light of this 2022, 2023 time span?
Oh, okay. So both years. Okay. Well, low light. This is one of my lowest moments in my career was July 2022, early June, July 2022, when like we had to drop Jarrell's Girls. Like we were supposed to do 2 films last year or in 2022, and we weren't able to do the second film. We did No Disrespect, and then Jarrell's Girls was next, but we weren't able to do it. So we had to cancel it, but it was canceled 3 days before we were supposed to start doing it. And never in my career have I felt more like a fucking failure. Like I felt I was low. Like I was very much low. Still stable, but just in a very low place in my career. Like not even personal. Well, it affected my fucking personal life as well. But that was just such a low moment for me because I tried everything. You know what I'm saying? I bet everything on that film, and then I needed everything in my personal life just to try to, stay afloat. Like I was really drowning, and that was it was just a very much a low moment. So many people that was counting on me for shit, and now they're looking at me, and it's like I have no answers for them. I have literally nothing for you or nothing to say, and I've just never been in that place in my career where I can't, do something. I can't fix something. I literally couldn't do anything about the situation. So that was just a very, very, very low moment. Lowest career moment. A lot of lows we could talk about.
We'll get to it.
But I'd say that's my biggest low that affected me personally. And then, the highest moment is definitely, No Disrespect doing what it did, like, this year, well, in 2023. Like, it was, very unexpected, thought of. Like, I didn't, like I tell myself all the time, like, we were focused on Stripper Party and Lost Sex Tape, like, doing good on Tubi and like, you know, getting us, you know, some notoriety and stuff. So No Disrespect was like the last movie, and it was just like, all right, hey, it's out. Whoever watches it, watches it. Who gives a fuck, right? So to see like it do what it did, and it start to get me, you know what I'm saying, notoriety, and get me, you know, more eyes on SVS and stuff. It was fucking a great feeling. It was really one of the best moments of my career.
Are you able to give a synopsis of like why Jarrell's Girls wasn't able to?
Oh, yeah, no doubt, shit. Okay, well, all right. Why Jarrell's Girls didn't happen? Jarrell's Girls did not happen because the money that we had for the film was not there at the right time. So how we were going about doing Jarrell's Girls was, maybe, let me think, because hey man, it ain't my fault. That's all I'm gonna say. Shit. It wasn't my fault what happened with Jarrell's Girls, but I was the face of it, so it's like I had to take all of the brunt of it and the burden and the responsibility of it. But essentially, yeah, it's like I don't want to put that person out there like that. So, but which as I'm thinking about it, because I know he would say something. He just like me, you know what I'm saying? But I'd rather just leave it to him to say it how he wants to say it. But essentially, the funding we had for Jarrell's Girls, it was gone. Right before we were about to shoot it. And we had already spent money. We had spent like $8,000 already, like for the film, like getting the locations and stuff. But, you know, the budget was so big, like that $8,000 wasn't really, you know, shit. So essentially, the rest of the money that we needed to pay the crew, you know what I'm saying, have food, the props, like all of that stuff, it was non-existent. So, yeah. It's like, I know the question people are wondering, okay, how did the money get lost, right? Like, where the fuck did the money go? But that's what I have to leave to the person who lost the money to say, because, you know, it's their business, and yeah, I can't be mean-spirited and be like, hey, yeah, this nigga fucking did this shit, and that's what happened.
Which is okay. But as the boss, you did take pretty much full accountability, even though it wasn't your fault. So how did you manage the people who were counting on that, right? Who were counting on being able to shoot Jarrell's Girls because they thought they was going to get this money. I know you had Ireland here.
Yes.
My
God.
Ireland is the DP who lives in Ireland. And Shannon, who also live in Ireland. And so they were flown down. Quick question before we get into that. Now, we in Atlanta. There are quite a few filmmakers, cinematographers, first ADs in Atlanta. You've been around for a while, which means you've made quite a few people. You have a lot of people in your network that you could talk to, right? Why did you fly someone all the way from Ireland to Atlanta to shoot No Disrespect?
Great question, Peggy, and here's the motherfucking answer. So, a director and a DP relationship is very crucial to the success and outcome of the film. You've known me for 3 years now. I am a particular type of nigga. I do not I don't want to say not get along, but you have to be a certain type of person to shoot for me. Like, it's not just even about your talent. It's about you, motherfucker. It's about your personality and stuff. And so when I met Ireland in 2017, and I mean, we instantly like hit it off. Like, we were instantly like good friends and stuff. Like, it wasn't even about necessarily his talent. I mean, thank God he's a great fucking DP, but like just the friendship that we had was very good. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? The sense of humor was the same, you know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff we talked about, our interests, like all of that was very much helpful, and it helped me grow like so much. The Ireland was the first person who well, actually, I keep forgetting this nigga. Marcel was really the first person that I
was wondering.
I let film like something for me. Like, other than that, the first 7 years, like I was the first person. Well, I was the only person behind the camera. Like, I was filming my shit. So, and Marcel, I forgot to tell you, but nigga, do you remember when we was on set and you came and took my lens off the camera and replaced it? You don't remember that, right? No, this is the first day I allowed this nigga on set. He didn't say shit to me. He just came. I had the camera set up and stuff, and I remember being somewhere talking to an actor, and this nigga came over to my camera and took my lens off and then put another lens on there. But this is the mindset I'm the boss. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the person behind the camera and shit. So it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not used to another motherfucker touching my shit. So it's just the fact that you ain't even ask, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even motherfucking like. Oh, no, you say. Must have had it fucked up. Why would I do that? It was though.
Let me come fix this.
Yeah, no, but looking back at it, like the knowledge Ireland and Marcel had was, you know, it was so much more than me when it comes to like being a DP and shit. So yeah, my lens was fucked up. Like my lens was broken. Like it had like dots and shit all over it. So the lens he put on it, like it was a better lens and stuff. It was just, you know, it took a moment for me to hey nigga, hey man, talk to you outside, motherfucker. Like,
okay.
You just gonna come here touching my shit? Fuck you thought this was? So the same thing kind of happened with Ireland. When I first worked with Ireland, he was like fucking with my settings on the camera and shit. And I'm just like, hey man, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Look, but I know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? That was ego and pride and stuff. Like they actually knew what the fuck they were doing and stuff. So the vibe that, you know what I'm saying, I have with both of them, the vibe I have, they're the only two people who shot my fucking films. So the vibe that I have with them is more important to me than it is, yeah, you know what I'm saying, hiring somebody with all of this knowledge and experience and shit. And so, yes, I have been around a lot of DPs and stuff, but when you find that connection with somebody, it's like, if it makes sense, if you're able to do it, you know what I'm saying, I don't care how far away they are. If you can come for this time and you can come and do it, then yeah, please come and do it. I know how crucial that DP and director relationship is now. So I'm not too concerned about just using somebody locally. If I have that relationship with somebody, then I'll definitely make it happen.
Okay. I was just wondering, because I remember I was on set, for no disrespect, and there were actually a few DPs on that set that weren't DPing. So I was just wondering why. Marcel included. He was on set.
Yeah, no, he was.
And he wasn't DPing. I think he was pulling focus, gripping.
Yeah, he was the gaffer on
That's
it.
what it was.
Yeah.
It's another one.
Well,
anyway, I was just wondering.
All right.
If,
hopefully I answered it.
Yeah.
But I'll also end with Ireland's really good. I mean, Marcel would agree. Like, Ireland's a really good fucking DP. That's not no shot at Marcel's like talent. It's just
I don't like it. He had to. You know. Ireland is a long way away. He had to get somebody from
kind of is, nigga,
continents away to come.
But that's not. Do you ever feel some type of way about that?
At some point, but not really.
No, you fine, bro. But it's also, Marcel. This isn't his.
That's okay.
Yeah. You know, Marcel isn't. This isn't his wheelhouse. Like to be a filmmaker.
Really?
What? No.
What are you? What's your? Huh?
Hey.
He's still figuring it out. To be honest.
Wait, for real?
Like for real.
Wait, so you not? Huh? You're not really trying to be a filmmaker for real?
No.
Well, what you doing?
What you doing?
Like, you can make other stuff with cameras besides films.
Okay, like, but you want to be camera. You want to be
something in media, but
okay.
Movies ain't it. I'm gonna be honest. Like
like
it
that.
would be like a side dream thing to do, but it ain't like something I'm pursuing. You know what I mean?
So knowing that with Marcel, like that was a part of like even getting him to do social, because Marcel shot social. I knew like what I was getting into. I knew he, this wasn't his wheelhouse and what he actually wanted to do. But at the time, I couldn't get Ireland, so it's like I needed need the next best nigga.
Wow.
Needed the next best guy.
Yay.
When we established, it
Still feels a little. Still hurts a little. Still stings a little, nigga, when you say it like that. But it's just the truth. It's the he's but if you look at it, my wheelhouse of DPs, Ireland and Marcel. You know what I'm saying? So he's number 2 out of 2. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's that's not a bad statement. You know what you mean? It's not a bad. It's not. Hey, look, man, I'm being honest, all right? Look, Marcel's my guy, bro. But I know people, all right, and I know the detail and intensity that Ireland would bring would be more than Marcel. I just know he knows himself.
I ain't got nothing to say to that.
We can stop. We ain't got. I don't want you. I want y'all to stay friends. I ain't want to.
Hey man,
You just
I
going
know
deeper and
my
deeper.
friend. I like to explain and I will make sure motherfuckers know I'm not being mean spirited. It's not like being mean. I know people. I know my people. I know my friends, and I know, what to expect with different people. And like I said, Ireland, this is his wheelhouse. Like I know Ireland wants to be a DP. He wants to DP big films. He wants to do it all. Like I thought he didn't even want to be a cameraman, but he wants to be the DP like that's actually working the camera as well, because a lot of DPs don't. They just hire a cameraman. So I know what I'm gonna get with him. So that's another reason why, so I just know it's worth flying him out.
Interesting.
Love you, man. I don't know why this feels fucking.
I feel it. It's just the way you saying it and then her kind of turns the heat up a little.
Just like that, man. Literally in my house, nigga.
You done call this man second best. He ain't got no attention to detail and intensity.
He knows himself. All right, we could recalculate the set of social. Right. Tell this nigga shot, you forget it 30 seconds later. Oh, hey, man. When I was watching the vlogs on SVS, you still the same nigga, bro. Literally, she got it on camera. I tell you the shot. And literally, all right, so again,
Hey, man,
stay consistent, nigga. Stay
I
consistent.
Don't be telling me.
My sister, I need a shot list. Okay.
Ed, I don't know. He had a shot list for social.
He didn't though.
We had a shot list for social.
I don't remember.
Wow. Wow. All right, now. I stay with the receipts, nigga. All right. I pull that shot list
He
clean
had no
up.
shot list.
Yo.
He had ideas of shots.
Okay.
But
Are you being for real?
I'm being for real.
Nigga, there was a shot list. We
Was
both
it
had
for real?
binders of shot lists, yes.
I don't remember all that.
That's-
I'm asking you for the shot. Hey man, look. It sounds like I'm setting myself up for the joke. Like,
You act like we ain't got BTS of us both looking at the fucking shot list.
it wasn't a detailed shot list. Yeah.
See, you accusing him of lack of detail, but it's really you that's got
Do
lack of detail.
I seem like the non-detailed person?
I'm gonna keep on going.
All right.
Anyway. I don't want to be in it. Okay, so let's go back. So 2022, you hired Ireland. You shot No Disrespect. And some more things were happening during that time.
Boy, were they?
Right.
Like a fuck fest last year. However you want to call it.
So, one of those things were, honestly, between 2022 and 2023, there have been like a series of fallouts. And it's interesting because when I watched you talking during your 10-year, that it was in 2020, and someone had asked you, have you had any fallouts? It was like 1.5 people. And I say half because the other person, y'all had already made up and it was fine. However, things things have changed.
Things change fast.
Things
too.
have changed. So, how... One of them you have talked about. I won't say his name, but you have talked about...
I'm okay. I want to say everybody's name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a person...
Hey, nah, I don't like interviews where you don't say names. So even the person who I didn't just say is because of certain terms that we're on now.
Yeah.
And that's just sensitive information. Like when you talk about money and shit, that could be like sensitive information. But shit like this, nah, I like people to know the fucking truth. And I don't like, oh yeah, well this person and not who, motherfucker, what happened? Let's get fucking to it. So come on, let's get fucking to it.
Let's get to it. So, in addition to you going through, even before you went through the breakdown of Jarrell's Girls and that falling apart, right? You were already going through a friendship breakdown that was very significant and affected a lot of people because y'all were.
You hear this shit?
You did.
But why? Why did it affect a lot of people?
Who was it?
Well.
Hey, what's the name starting with?
Oh, so we'll call him Big G.
We not.
Okay, so Gary.
Yes.
Gary has been in a lot of your projects, and people knew you guys to be fairly, or at least on the outside looking in, looked like y'all were very close.
Absolutely.
Definitely friends. And around the time when No Disrespect started, there was definitely a break in that friendship, a significant break in that friendship, and it started to affect other people because other people were finding out about that breakdown.
Right? How?
So,
not the interviewer freezing up. Not she.
I don't want to be a part of it.
Not her own question fucking her up.
Actually, how about you tell us how people found out about?
Because this motherfucker went around on the tour, like telling everybody. None of you niggas would have known shit if it was up to me. But no, he felt the need to go around to every fucking single one of our mutual friends, and even niggas that I can't say are his friends. You know what I'm saying? I say anybody he's met through me. Like, not even friendship, just a motherfucker, if he saw them at an event, oh, I gotta say something to them. Like, nigga, what is going on? But that's why it was such a big fucking thing, because he made it a big fucking thing and went around to all of these people and spread all of this fucking shit to where now I got niggas coming to me like, hey, man, Gary just told me this shit about, such and such. Like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, what the fuck? So now I gotta go through the whole fucking story to really show niggas and pull up the receipts and show examples of, no, nigga, this is what the fuck happened. And then what I get back is, oh, damn, nah, he ain't say none of that shit. No, it wasn't none of that. So, no, that's the only reason any of this shit is a big fucking deal, is because he made it a big deal. Miles, personally, could give a shit fucking less. It's business. It is what it is. It fucking happens. But I had to deal with that shit so much in 2022 that it was ridiculous. I would say for like 3-4 months straight, I'm just literally almost every week I'm explaining to another person the fucking story. That that's dumb and nuts that I literally had to go through that.
So 2021, you went through depression, and you finally got out of that. Well, 2022, 2021. And then you finally got out of that at the end of 2021. 2020, and then 2021, you went through that depression. 2022, you have to kind of go through the smear campaign.
Nigga! Great fucking yes.
Of explaining yourself. Was everyone receptive to your side of the story? Or, like, did you lose more friends because of some people just hearing his side of the story?
All right. The question was, did I lose any friends after explaining like my side,
or even before, like even just if someone just like didn't even listen to your side, it's like I
one
heard
person.
Your side. Okay.
There's one. Then let me circle back to that person. For the most part, well, yeah, outside of that one person, everybody that I explained to, for one, either they didn't fully give a fuck because it was just like, why the fuck is he talking to me anyway? But he done said some wild shit, so let me go talk to my friend and see what the fuck's going on. Hey, nigga, really don't care what the fuck happened. We still cool. Or it was, once again, he didn't tell the whole story. That's why I tell stories the way I do, and I pull up receipts, because I don't like paraphrasing shit. I don't like, oh, and then this happened. No. This is what happened. Here's the proof of what such and happened. This is what happened here. Then there's the dates. Like, all of this fucking happened so people can come to their own decisions. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this one-sided biased opinion of, you know what I'm saying, how something happened. I want to give people the entire story, so now you can make your own decision of what happened. If you feel like he's in the right, cool, go do your thing. If you feel like I'm in the right thing, cool, go do your thing. But I just want people to be fully fucking informed. So every time I would have this conversation with people, they weren't fully informed about what was going on. What the story was it was you know, Miles was being a dick. You know, Miles was being, you know, a boss. Like, he was not listening to me, and he was taking advantage of me and all that type of shit. And it's like, you know, you say certain shit like that, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Word of mouth is everything in this fucking industry. Shit gets around, and it's like, oh, Miles, like, I mean, you have to have a certain level of not giving a fuck, but I'm overly positive it's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, that don't know me, that I'm sure he's fucking talked to and has said shit. And it's like, you know, now it's already a, you know, why would you work with somebody after hearing some shit like that? So it's like, you know, shit like that, it just comes with the territory in the industry. But anybody that I have actually explained to, they, no, I don't think it's ever been somebody, not one nigga has said, well, I think Gary's right. Not one person was like, I think he has a point. If anything, the consensus is, you dumb motherfucker. Like you what, nigga? What the fuck is genuinely going on? So no, but the one person is why I still will not talk to him today. Because of that one person that didn't come to me, didn't ask me my side of the story, and they're not talking to me, and that is genuinely why I'm not open to no conversations with him at all. It's because of that one person.
So, you did say you like names.
This nigga is like the comment section live. Who are you talking about? Think. See, no, I'm in a place where it genuinely is what the fuck it is. Lene, this girl Lene. You know Lene? Lene did not talk to me. She didn't ask me like what was going on, but around the same time that me and Gary fell out, she stopped talking to me. And to me, that's fucked up, because me and her had a certain connection, and he knows about that certain connection. So for her to stop talking to me because of him, like, I'd never have anything to say to him because of that
certain connection.
Yes,
that y'all had.
We touched knees. Oh my goodness, I cannot.
So he messed up your future. Your love life.
All right.
He messed up your crush.
But this is all theoretical. This is hypothetical, because I don't know for sure.
You never got to that point because...
No, I never got an explanation. So I don't know why, you know what I'm saying, that connection like dropped off, but it's, you know, very odd.
That was the same time.
For it to be around the same fucking time, and they're like super buddy now. So it's like, she's the only person who could ever get me to talk to him. And if she's not talking to me, then I genuinely have nothing to say to him.
Has he tried to talk to you?
Yeah, through other people, but I told him straight up, like, I don't have anything to say to him. Like, I genuinely, to this point, like what the fuck would I say? Like, I have nothing to genuinely say. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, I don't care for any of that, like, at all, because it's just how everything happened. But it's like he just kept digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, like every fucking week and every month, like what he was doing and what he was saying. And now I'm just supposed to be like, oh, everything's all good. Like, I didn't know what I was talking about. No, nah, nigga. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you do to people that, to me, it's just unforgivable. And I could have forgave everything, but I can't forgive that. I'm sorry. I cannot forgive that. And it's because you know. You know, nigga. And this is what the fuck you do. So, no, I'm good.
He messed up the connection.
I cannot.
Yikes. Lene, call him, girl. Y'all make up. It's gonna be all right.
Okay.
Y'all need, never mind. Okay. So you were going through that. You're going through a smear campaign. You're filming this film that was big for you, and then everything for the next film broke down. How can you talk about? Because a lot of this has to do with you being the boss. Can you talk about what you learned about the cost of being the boss?
I mean, I don't know if I can say I learned, but it was the first time it being put into that grand scope of things. Like, it's always, I've always known, I mean, as a leader, at the end of the day, you got to take responsibility for everything. If it's somebody else's fault, you know, you still have to take responsibility for it. If, you know what I'm saying, if it's an actor, if it's somebody on the crew, like if something messes up in a film, when you watch a film, somebody may have fucked up. You could talk about, what was it, Game of Thrones, when the little Starbucks cup was out there. That was somebody's fault. But at the end of the day, it's whoever was in leadership, that's who's going to get blamed for it. Like, not the fucking PA who left the Starbucks. Nobody's going to know that person's name. They're going to know the director's name. They're going to know the company's name that put the shit out. This is y'all fault. You know what I'm saying? Now you look like as a dumbass. So I've always known, like, that responsibility comes with it. It's just never been that big. You know what I'm saying? I've had mess ups. I've had, you know, screw ups and stuff that I've had to take responsibility for. But that was just the biggest time that I've ever had to genuinely, like, holy shit, I have to talk to all of these people and I have to, you know, be the face of that.
So from that, what advice would you give to someone that's up and coming and who may be looking at you like inspiration? Like, what advice would you give them for being the boss?
I mean, know what comes with it. My nigga, like, know the responsibility that comes with the role. Like, a lot of people want to be in leadership roles and they want to be the boss or whatever, but they don't think about, like, everybody thinks about the power. You know, think about telling people what to do, they think about being looked at as such and such and all of that good stuff, but nobody thinks about the hours. Nobody thinks about the preparation that you have to do to, you know, be in that certain position. And I think that's the biggest thing I would tell people. It's like, do your research and understand what comes with the responsibility of being in a leadership role. Like, you're the end all be all. You get the reward and you get the punishment. Like, if something goes good, if something goes bad. So if you're not, a lot of people aren't ready for that. There's a lot of people who are in leadership positions and then ready to point fingers. Like, oh, no, it's somebody. It's no, it's not me. It's somebody. Hey, nigga, we following you, motherfucker. So what the fuck you gonna do about it? You know, and a lot of people aren't ready for that shit. So I tell, like, you don't have to be a leader. You don't have to be a boss. My suggestion to you is to figure it out real fucking quick, whether or not you can or not. And if you know you can, if you see that you can, there's nothing wrong with being a role player. There's nothing wrong with passing the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? You still touch the ball, cool. Get your assist and pass the fucking ball. So that's what I would tell people, man. Look, you don't have to be in this freaking position, because that's what happens a lot with a lot of the fallouts that happen. A lot of people have the issues of, you know, Miles being the boss and they feeling like they're like, I'm not listening to what they're saying and stuff. But as, you know, somebody with experience with doing this, you know what I'm saying, that comes with me knowing certain things, you know what I'm saying, that it comes with the experience of me knowing how to do certain things and the outcomes, and then knowing that, I mean, one of the issues with me and Gary was he wanted certain things to happen, but I didn't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe like it was a smart decision. And that comes with being the leader. You got to make decisions whether you think they're smart or not. Now, I could have been right. I could have been fucking wrong. But at the end of the day, it's going to be my fault if I make this fucking decision. Nobody's going to look at fucking Gary like, oh man, Gary, you're stupid. No, Miles is cool, but no, you're stupid. You made a bad decision. No, they're gonna look at me like, hey, Miles, why the fuck would you do that in this film? Like, well like, no, that was stupid. No, you suck. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be on me. So, and he didn't fucking understand that. And a lot of people don't understand that's what comes with the leadership as far as like the making decisions. Like, you're going to be the end all be all as far as like what it looks like. So I think a lot of people just don't fucking understand that.
Yeah. Okay. So those were some of the rough times in 2022. But then in 2023, things started to kind of look up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's stay on this for a little minute, man, because
Okay.
it was a bunch of fallouts. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was a bunch. You know?
Let's list them out.
No, that is, man. Like 2022,
Who else?
it was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, literally, I mean, the first one was this girl named Deb. You know Deb?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Do you know Deb?
Didn't know y'all.
No,
Okay.
Deb. No, felt she was the first one because of Jarrell's Girls. Like, Jarrell's Girls, the table read and shit. Like, it was when she showed her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was a bitch. Like, straight up. Not even gonna hold you. She was a bitch throughout the entire fucking process. And she showed her entire ass. And that just opened my eyes to a lot as far as like with her, like, because she's a very talented actress. I mean, so fucking incredibly talented. But she's also a bitch. So with that, it comes with you know, I would look at the talent and I would just like, you know, just side eye. It was like, oh, it's just Deb being Deb or whatever. But it just got to that boiling point where it was like, oh my gosh, hey, I can't fucking deal with this person no more. And literally when I stopped fucking talking to her, it was like a fucking 500-pound man got off my chest. Like, I felt so relieved. Like, the fucking relief I felt from not fucking with her anymore was, good God. I mean, it genuinely felt like Season of Happiness all over again. Like, I felt like, holy shit, wow, no, this is another level of fucking happiness. Like, because it just, you know, it's just that monkey that was just, yeah, get off me. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like that. So it was her, and then it was, man, I don't want to mention her because I still fucking really love this girl. Marlena, man. Me and Marlena fucking fell out again because of that. She didn't agree like with why I got rid of Deb and like half of the cast pretty much or whatever. And that's another one of those things where it was the experience coming into play. Like, I did it because of these reasons and she didn't understand those reasons. But she never produced shit. She never made shit. She don't really understand, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of, you know, the biggest thing that you deal with in this industry is people. That's your biggest fucking resource. That's your biggest thing that you're always going to fucking deal with. So if you don't know and understand people, then, you know what I'm saying, that's where you're going to fall in a lot of fucking places if you don't understand that shit. So it's like I fell out with her, but at the end of the day, for me, it was just business with her because, you know, it just wasn't going to work. But it's like, personally, I still love fucking Marlena, man. You know, I hit her up every now and then. She don't reply back, but, you know. But yeah, no, Marlena, that's my little sister, man. She's so cool. Then it was fucking Gary, and then it was fucking this year with the goddamn Ashanti. Good God, right? Then it was 2023 with her, and she's just a little Deb. You know what I'm saying? She's just the same type of fucking person as Deb is. So just going through pretty much the same shit with her. And once again, somebody not knowing the fucking industry and how fucking shit works, and then just doing dumb shit. It was just like all of those type of people. I just didn't want around me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want ignorance like around me because I tell people this all the time. It's not going to be you. It's going to be the people around you that's your downfall. You know what I'm saying? It's most of the time, it's never actually the person. It's the people that you had around you. It's the people that you let make decisions around you. It's the people that around you did something. But once again, they're not getting the publicity. You're the famous person, so you're getting the fucking publicity. And it's ruining you. So it's like I've always been so cautious about the people that I've had around me. And just recently, in the past 2 years, I'm just being more cautious about these type of fucking people because I'm seeing certain shit and I'm just like, yeah, nah, man, I can't have that fucking around me. I can't fucking deal with that. So all right, cool. I just wanted to, you know,
Call them out.
I mean, no, using it as examples. I don't like it. I don't want this to be looked at as being petty or any of that type of shit. It's more so, once again, the examples. Like, it's examples of the experience in the life that I have fucking lived and dealt with. That, you know what I'm saying, use it as, that's how I've become, that's how I learn how I operate with knowledge and stuff. Like, I've looked at hundreds, if not thousands of fucking interviews of, people coming up and, people in the industry and how they've operated and stuff. And that's how I've learned, saying so much, how I've learned what not to do. So I'm saying I say these specifically just to, show people examples and show people, hey, anybody watching this interview on down the line in the years or watching it, present time, it's like, you stay away from certain shit and hopefully you won't have to go through what the fuck I went through.
Mm-hmm. Which on that though, right? Like I want to be clear with, if you can be more clear with why you and Debbie or you and Ashanti fell out, because I don't want it to just be you calling them a B and then let that be that. Because if someone else is watching and knows who you're talking about, I would hate for them to categorize them as such without meeting them. So
I dig that. No, I dig that because that same thing, like like Gary probably did, like calling me such and such, and people never meeting me, not knowing me, that type of stuff. All right, so well with Deb, I mean, like I said, she showed her ass. Like she was very much at that table read, the first table read for Jarrell's Girls. She was I don't even want to pull it up, but it was like, I want to say like 10, 15 minutes late. Mm. But she told me like 5 minutes before that she was going to be super late. And I was very much a stickler. I am a stickler for, time and like everybody being on time and stuff. And if you're going to be fucking late, let a nigga know. Like if you were going to be 10, 15 minutes late, you knew you were going to be, late before that time. So, but then also once again, when she got there, it was like no apology. It was like, it was very much, it's this ego, it's this ego really that she has that, when you finally get to a boiling point with somebody, you start looking back at everything, about the whole friendship, the whole life and stuff. Like she's very, and I was just talking to somebody about this shit yesterday. Like I don't like throwing this word around because I feel like people use it as a defense mechanism and they don't use it correctly. But for me, and I will always tell her this, like with me and her relationship, like I don't know how she is with other people, but for me, she's a very narcissistic person. Like she's very much a for her, by her, all about her type of person with our friendship. I don't know how she was with other people, but with us, it was all about her. We'd only talk about her. It was, come support me for this. She would never come to anything, for Miles, for SVS. She never did, any of that type of shit. She'd only, I can't even say help with SVS, unless like she was getting paid for something or if it was like super convenient for her. So it was never like our friendship. It was never mutual. It was never balanced. Like it was all pretty much narcissistic for her. And looking back at the conversations that we've had, like it was very much, it's just for her, you don't give a fuck about nobody but your goddamn self. So it's like at the table read just reached that fucking boiling point to where I can't fucking deal with this anymore. And as far as, evidence and backup, I'm not the only motherfucker there that felt that fucking way. So it was 2 new girls at the table read that we casted. And she's acting this way in front of like these new people. She pissed DeMarcus off, and when she pissed DeMarcus off, I'm sorry, it's great comedy to be honest, which is great comedy, but you pissed him off. So it's like, he coming at you like as well. So they were like going at each other like at the fucking table read and shit. And so I got these 2 new people who ain't never met none of us that are seeing this is how SVS operates. Once again, I gotta take responsibility for that. Mm-hmm. I'm not the one doing the shit, but this is my company. This is my production. They're looking at me like, oh, this is how you let shit ride in your company and type shit. So it's like, when I had to go and sit down and I talked to both of those girls and I let them know like what the situation was. And then they agreed. Like they didn't like, you don't conduct yourself like that. As a fucking actor, you don't fucking do this. Even if you're homies, this is business. We're in business, but you're showing your ass. You're acting out like you're acting a fucking asshole in this situation. You don't care who fucking sees you type shit. So the girls who I talked to, when I talked to them, they're like, yeah, no, she gotta go. Like, yeah, no, like they were thinking about dropping out of the project because of her, because of how she fucking acted at that fucking table reading shit. So yeah, I don't like, it's not just me calling her a bitch and me like bashing her and shit. Like this is definitely a build up to a boiling point, and it was just like the table read was like that cherry on top for me to where it's like, okay, I can't deal with this person anymore. When it comes to Ashanti, it was more so the She did some foul fucking shit. She's trying to condense it. Like she went behind my back and reached out to the distributor about getting the cover for the Lost Sex Tape like down. Like she, you know what I'm saying? She literally reached out to them and emailed them instead of coming to me. Like I talked to her about it, you know what I'm saying? And she said she was cool. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Everything's fucking good with the cover. And then I find out that she emailed them because they forwarded her email to me like, hey, can you talk to your actress about this? I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I would have if she would have fucking came to me, which we did talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, after we talked about it, it wasn't no issue. It wasn't like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I still feel the type of way. Oh, I don't like this. You know, we need to stay. No, it was like, hey, gotcha. No worries. Everything's cool. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're saying to me as a friend, but then now I find out you go behind my back and you go and email my fucking distributor. Now that's foul shit. That's a fucking problem. And that's not how business fucking works. Like that's not how an actor should not be fucking emailing the damn distributor that you have no fucking relationship with. Like the fuck. So that's why it was over with me and her. Cause that's like, what, nigga?
Okay. For context, the Lost Sex Tape original cover was a bit risque.
Oh yes, it was. Yeah.
Pretty
Which
risque.
she agreed to it, and she was cool with it.
Right. It seems that there was a point at which she was not cool with it. And maybe, I don't know the situation. Maybe she just didn't feel like you were hearing her. I don't know. This is just me speculating.
Yeah, so let me stop that because we had the conversation.
Okay.
I checked with her 3 times. Are you okay? Are you good? We're not going to be beefing about this. Each time it was, yeah, no, it's all good. She just said she wasn't going to promote it on her Instagram. She said, you said it's too late. It's all good. No worries. These are verbatim texts from her. If you're saying this to me, why would I assume anything different?
Maybe when you said that it was too late, she was like, dang, it's too late. I'm uncomfortable with this, but what can I do about this? I got it. Let me see if I can figure this out. Let me talk to the distributor.
Would you do that?
I am an interviewer today. And so.
Peggy, that's very unprofessional. No way how you can put it. You can, however you want to look at it with the maybes. That was very unprofessional to do. And once again, as the leader and the boss, it makes me look fucking unprofessional because why you ain't got your actresses in check? Like they don't understand like what's going on. And then what she said in the email, like I don't approve of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this out and all of that stuff. Facts, she signed a contract. If I wanted to put that shit out, it would be out. You released all your images, all your likeness, all your voice in regards to that fucking film. But as a friend, I understood, so I wasn't going to necessarily do that. But if I wanted to just put it out, I'm in my legal right to fucking do so.
Sure. Yes. And I do think that for us as actors, filmmakers in the independent circuit, I mean, not even in independent, like just regardless, when you're in films and when you're signing stuff, make sure you know what you're signing because you know, like I think when we work with friends, you just working with your friend, right? You just don't really think much of it. Maybe sometimes until the back end where you're like, dang, like I actually, but now you signed something and now it's a little bit too late. And so I think that is a lesson for all of us who are in film or just shooting anything. When you signing something, make sure that you're clear on what comes after that. So hopefully I think it's been a lesson for everybody, right? Be careful. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the highlights of 2023.
Yeah, good year.
This has been a very transformative year for SVS. So before we get into the details, what impact has this year had on you and on SVS?
Personally, the impact, financially, the personal impact it helped. Look, the start of this year, the whole reason we made Lost Sex Tape, Stripper Party, and even No Disrespect was to see if we can make some money off of Tubi. Let's see. All these Tubi movies are doing all this stuff for independent filmmakers. So let's see if we can get some skin in the game and we can, make something happen. And it was so important for me because of the place I was in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? I was fucked up. I was in a very much terrible situation personally. So it meant a lot for me. And at the beginning of the year, I bet everything I had. I bet every last dollar that I had. I bet every cent. And I you know what I'm saying? I said, if it doesn't work out, then that's when, and I turned 30 this year. So it's like, that's when I'm gonna have to readjust and reevaluate what the fuck I'm doing with SVS. Once again, not coming to a complete stop, but it's gonna be like, all right, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get a job. You're gonna have to actually, you know what I'm saying, make some different types of plans to do this. So the impact that it had for me personally was it panned out. You know what I'm saying? It actually worked. It actually got me out of the fucked up situation that I was in. And it, you know what I'm saying, it helped me get in a different place in life personally. With SVS, it's just the notoriety, the eyes, like the eyes that I now have on SVS, and the bargaining power that I have with SVS now because of the viral moment with No Disrespect. But it's like I can't even just attribute it to No Disrespect. It was a time like during June and July, I would be getting DM'd about a movie, and at that time No Disrespect was going crazy. So I'm thinking they're talking about No Disrespect, but they would be talking about Stripper Party, and they would be talking about like Lost Sex Tape, and even fucking Social. Like different people were coming to me about movies. It's like I was assuming everybody was coming to me about No Disrespect, but they were coming at me about like a bunch of different of my films. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It made me feel fucking great. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because in my eyes, I'm like, okay, everybody's just following me and thinking about No Disrespect and stuff. But I think No Disrespect brought people to SVS. Like they brought people to my other films and stuff, and made them want to watch more and whatnot. So it's the eyes that I now have on SVS and the bargaining power that I now have to be able to say SVS has done this and SVS is this, and there's so many people. Like I was literally on a date with a girl, and like I'm telling her about what I'm saying, what I do and stuff, and I was like, do you ever seen this clip of this nigga doing this bullet? She's like, oh my gosh, yes, I watched it so many times. Like, well, yeah, that's my film. My God. I ain't say it like that, but well, yeah, that's me. You know what I'm saying? So unzip. Oh, I'm playing.
Right in public.
No, but that's super cool. There's so many people. I was still Lyft driving at this time when No Disrespect was going crazy, and this nigga got in the back of my seat and said, man, I know you. It's like, nah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I picked him up from the hood. He's a hood nigga. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you, nigga. Nah, you milk, bro. I was like, what? Get the fuck out my car. Whoa. What the fuck, bro? Just out of all the Tubi movies, and to remember, you know what I'm saying? You could watch a Tubi movie, but to remember the movie is more so the kicker. So just to have that actually happen, he was just going on talking about the film, and like, I'm saying, he actually watched it. A lot of people say they watched it, but no, he's recounting like shit that happened in the film. He said, yeah, me and my girl love that film. We done watched it like 3 times this shit. And I'm just like, damn, but that's really nuts to me, because that's one of the first times that's ever, normally that happens with like my actors and stuff, like they'll get recognized and noticed and stuff, but I think really I want to say that's the first time that's ever happened to me personally, like noticing me like from the actual character and stuff. So definitely just the eyes that I have on SVS now is bigger and better.
Nice. So I know that No Disrespect had 70+ million impressions.
Right. We over 90 now, but yeah, no doubt. Because it went viral again. The scene where Bull chokes LJ, that scene went viral.
Oh my gosh.
No.
So did anything? Okay, so for no disrespect, there were now 3 scenes that have gone viral. So there was this scene with Phoenix Washington where he's saying he's having sex with women to pay the bills, and he's not had a job in a long time. We have another scene where Ken Wilder curves a bullet. What movie is that is from? Wanted.
Which he's still never seen.
So he curves his bullet around this tree and kills this girl. And then now with DeMarcus, like choking and lifting LJ. What's LJ Scott?
Yeah.
Who's a really great actor. So out of the 3, what has surprised you? Out of all of it, what has surprised you the most? And was there something that you thought was gonna go viral that didn't?
The surprise was Rodney scene. Like the surprise was the all financed by this dick like that. I didn't expect that scene to go viral, like, and do what it did, because I don't know, it's just a regular SVS scene, to be honest. Hey, man, some other shit y'all need to see that shit probably go viral, but I didn't see that as a scene that would go nuts. So, and then it went viral before the bullet scene went viral. So it was like, I remember me, Kenny, and Afo, we were at this event, and it's when like the heat of like that scene was going viral, and I told him like, man, like what the fuck going on? Like your scene should be going viral, bro. Like this is kind of wild. This is how, you know what I'm saying? You really don't know what's gonna happen when you put some shit out. Like you can expect shit, but you never know, because yes, the bullet scene was made not even to go viral. It was just made to be ridiculous. Like it was made to just be some shit that you pause and rewind. Like, yo, this motherfucker actually just did this in this hood ass film. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it was for. So when Rodney's scene was going viral, I was like telling Ken, like, bro, like you should be next, nigga. Like your scene should be the one fucking going viral. And literally the next day, that's when his shit started like making traction and going viral and stuff. And like out of all the scenes in the film, I expect that one to go viral, because hey, y'all say what the fuck you want, but that shit dope. All right, that shit is it looks so official. That bullet looks so goddamn official. Like it don't look like it should be on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? It looked like, holy shit, this could be like in theaters. And damn, I done forgot the nigga name. I just looked it up like a couple of days ago, because Kyrie was asking me about it. Like he's wondering, like the dude who did the effect, does he know like his bullet is everywhere type shit? Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I really don't know, man. I should go. Wait, we can do this live, because I messaged him on
So how did you find him?
Fiverr.
Okay.
You know about Fiverr?
Yes.
Hey, you're gonna have to do some searching, but you can find some great shit on Fiverr. This dude, he works on studio films, but work was going slow, so he had just started his Fiverr. I was his first customer on Fiverr.
Wow.
And he gave me a discount so I could give him a good rating. My nigga, you was gonna get a good rating no matter what. You was gonna get you a motherfucking great ass damn rating. But David Ortega is his name. But yeah, so I got him, you know what I'm saying, for cheap and looking like that's official and everything. Okay, this is live. He said, I text him like, hey, I don't know if you know or not, but the bullet scene you did for me went viral. He said, thank you so much. This is great. A director wanted to see other work I did, and when I showed him that shot, he said, oh yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking dope, bro. He said, I'm really proud of that shot, and I'm glad it worked out for you. Okay, you don't even know the name of the movie. He said, what is the name of your movie? I like to support it. All right, nigga. You had me, but... Then this nigga said, also, what is your first name? Hey, is my name not on the fucking... Just say customer? I don't know what it says on the other end.
Right.
This is just... Okay, whatever. But point is, like, he showed somebody, and the fact that they said, like, they saw that, like, that's pretty fucking nuts. So, I forget where I was going with all of that.
were just talking about. Oh, we were just talking about what surprised you and like.
Oh yeah, so that doing that scene didn't necessarily surprise me. Like that one, that was one that went the most viral. Like when I counted up, like that one has over 30 million just on Twitter alone.
Wow.
So on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, like all of those, you add in all of those, I believe like the numbers like at 50 million views, like for the post and whatnot. So that one alone did like fucking numbers. And then yeah, even when I got off social media, that's when the choking scene went viral. DeMarcus had sent it to me, like, oh, this shit going crazy. And I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And it's just, just the fact that, this dude is picking him up with one hand type shit or whatever. Which, once again, man, I've been saying it. The movie was made to be ridiculous. Yeah. Right? The movie was made to be outlandish, like, kind of nuts. You know what I'm saying? Once you see a nigga curve a bullet, like, let reality go. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this isn't realistic.
This is not, yeah.
Well, don't try this at home, nigga. No, it's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was going for that that vibe with the film. So, yeah, I mean, it is cool to see the ridiculous scenes like going viral and stuff. So, but even the first scene went kind of like kind of, not even say kind of viral, but a lot of people I saw reposting that scene as well because of the me shooting Afro in the dick at the beginning and then us doing the back-to-back like shooting and shit. But yeah, no, I mean, the only thing that didn't surprise me was the bullet scene, but everything else, yeah, still shocks me how much people like remember that film and like watch that film and all of that.
Interesting. So that was your biggest film today, correct?
Yeah, it is now.
Not necessarily response-wise, but like cost and like all of that stuff. Like
no disrespect, cost. Wait. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. No, you're right. Wait, right? Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. It is the big, yeah.
So what was that? What was it like putting together that size team, putting together the budget, kind of like the pre-production going into it? Like, what was that like?
It was, so once again, during this time, Jarrell's Girls was the focus. You dig, like, all of my thoughts in my heart was with Jarrell's Girls. No Disrespect was the practice film. You know what I'm saying? That was the film you make that was the first film, like when Ireland and Shannon got there, that's the first one we made. Let's get back in the groove, you know what I'm saying? Let's get our feet wet, let's get these wheels turning. By the time we get to Jarrell's Girls, we gonna be fucking great. So with doing this, you know what I'm saying? I was cutting every corner I could. I was cutting every corner, and I cut corners all the time, but with Jarrell's Girls, I wasn't cutting as many. Like the budget was bigger, so it's like I was able to afford a lot more. But with No Disrespect, you know what I'm saying? It was our more so normal size budget with it. So it's like I was just trying to, that was the friendly film. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us on that film, like, we knew each other. We were friends and all that stuff. With Jarrell's Girls, I was hiring so many outside people that I never fucking met. You know what I'm saying? All the PAs I never met. The sound guy I never met. The gaffer I never met. Like, there was a bunch of people on that set that I was going to be working with for the first time. So it was like, with No Disrespect, it was the favorite film. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, look, man, we coming together. We trying to do this shit. We're going to do some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Come and fuck with us. And really, looking back at it, when me and Marcel was talking about it, it really was a big crew. It was so many people on that damn set. Like, so many people. Like, not everybody was there like every single day, but just coming in and out. You know what I'm saying? It was so many people, and it was more so just trying to see. It was the practice. You know what I'm saying? It was trying to see, like, okay, who can I do this? What can I do to do certain shit? You know what I'm saying? What's working and what's not. And that's how we got to, like, the size crew with No Disrespect.
Which can also be a lesson to, even though it was your practice film, still do your best, right? Because
right, yeah. Because it's not like we didn't try, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we didn't, like, even though it was the practice and it was the B film, it's not like we didn't, try our best with the film. We still, tried to make it look great. We still tried to do great. It was just like, if something didn't work out, it you know what I'm saying, it wasn't gonna be the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna be like, no man, we gotta have it. It's like, oh, we can't do it. All right, well, hey man, let's just, just do it this way type shit. It wasn't, I'm not about to fight for this film. But we are gonna still try to do our best, because even once again, looking at it, like during that time, you know what I'm saying, in July 2022, like my lowest point with Jarrell's Girls, it's like I had to remind myself that, my nigga, you still just made a whole nother film. Like you have a whole other completed good film, to be honest, that you can still put out. But because my heart was with Jarrell's Girls and my mind was with Jarrell's Girls, it's like I wasn't even thinking about this fucking film. And so, yeah, I mean, we still, like, I mean, I'm proud of No Disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm genuinely, like, proud of it, because of, I knew what I was doing going into it. So people looking at the film thinking I'm the next Spike Lee, like I'm thinking I'm going into the film thinking I'm about to make something so fucking invigorative and, new and inventive and all. Like, no, that's not what I was thinking going into it. I was genuinely trying to go into it making this ridiculous ass fucking film, and then trying to see if, we can get some eyes on it. Like that was something new for us. Like that genre of film, I've never done it in a film. I did it in a web series like in 2017, but doing that as a feature film, like I hadn't done that. And then me playing the fucking lead character in it, like that wasn't like, and honestly, I didn't want to do that. That was DeMarcus. DeMarcus had the vision of me being like the lead character in it and all. And honestly, if that doesn't tell you how much I didn't give a fuck, then nigga, you wasn't watching the film. But it's like, cool, I ain't gotta find another nigga to come play this main role. Yeah, sure, I'll fucking do it. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I didn't try my best in the role, but another nigga could have played that, that role without a fucking doubt.
And for context, DeMarcus was the writer and one of the producers, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's all. Okay, yeah.
Oh, was he more?
No.
Okay.
I just didn't know context with what. Like, just with what he...
Just so people know who, when you're saying DeMarcus.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. And he played Bull, like, in the film. But yeah, like, how the film even started, how the film started, it went through the process of 20 pages. So he first wrote, like, an 18 to 20 page treatment. I can't even really call it a script for the film. And that's what he gave me. He originally gave it to me in 2018, like when we first met. So I don't know how long he had this written, but he's like, hey, he want to do this. And it was trash. I was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. And I didn't want to do, that thug shit. Like I'm not a thug. I don't really live that life. So it's like, I like only doing shit that's really like authentic to me type shit. So when it came time, we got the opportunity for this, like the company wanted some thug shit. Like, okay, cool. Well, now we can do it. So I took that and I stretched it out to like 40 pages. And that's when I gave it to Gary, brought him in, and he stretched it out to like 60 pages. So that's, yeah, how the script was fucking made. And then, yeah, he's always like, whatever film he's in with me, he's always a EP on it.
Cool. Okay. So going into Lost Sex Tape, then, because you shot that a few months after No Disrespect, right?
6 months after.
Yeah. Was it 6? That's crazy. So that was shot, and Lost Sex Tape is wild. So is Stripper Party. So my question really for both of those films, well, I'll do them separately. So with Lost Sex Tape, how were you able to get...
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Because, the main actors in Lost Sex Tape are, like, legitimate, real actors. So... how were you, I won't say legitimate, but like they have been acting for a while. So how were you able to get them to not only agree to this type of role, but how did you manage the set? Because it was, like I said, it was very wild and out there. I mean, you're talking about a lot of sex tapes. So there's a whole like 10-minute, I believe, sex scene. 15-minute sex scene. So even just thinking about that, like, how did you make sure that everyone was comfortable? How did you make sure, you were still making something that was not just porn, but was something that, these actors could be proud of?
Okay, so with all of my films, one of the most crucial processes that I take pride in is the casting. and choosing the right people to do certain shit. With Ashanti and Alpha, those were the leads in the Lost Sex Tape. This film wouldn't have been made if I didn't have Ashanti. Like, I went to her first. When I got the idea, oh shit, this would be a dope fucking Tubi film idea to do. But if we do it, we gotta do it. We gotta go there. All right. We can't do some little bullshit. All right, we gotta make this motherfucker a motherfucker.
Because you made Lost Sex Tape before.
Right. In college. Lost Sex Tape was the first film I ever made. It was the first actual film that I ever made in college. Actually, shout out to Pray. That was the girl in the don't look like that. No, me and Pray are good. We're friends. She's a dancer. She dances for like Lil Baby and Keith Sweat and shit now.
Really?
Yeah, no, she's always touring. I can't never fucking see her because she's always out. And then shout out to Travis, which you met Travis.
Go ahead.
All right. He was the guy in the Lost Sex Tape. So that was my first film I did in college, and it was obviously, super popular because of the fucking title. And we got a little risque with that. Have you seen that sex scene?
Yes. Well, I think I saw clips of it when I watched the docu.
Oh yeah. Oh, then you seen it. I put it all in there.
Okay.
I
Well
just
then.
cut it up in clips.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we got like risque with that. And what's really wild to that, they really played that in front of like all the student body, like in the auditorium, like in front of the staff and teachers and everything. It was like 23 minutes and they really just let that motherfucker run. That's still so wild to me for that school, but it fits for that school because wow, whatever. So yeah, I made that in college. And so me and Kyrie, I mean, it's definitely got to give Kyrie his credit. Like me and Kyrie were talking about like Tubi films and stuff, and what some of our old works would make good Tubi films. And I thought about the Lost Sex Tape, and I was like, holy shit, no, that would be a great fucking film. But I gotta find a girl who's willing to go there. I gotta find a girl who's willing to. And most of my close friends that are female, that are actresses, are like you. They're not going to. They're not going to do certain things. I know I can't ask certain people to do certain shit. And I needed somebody close to me. And I don't have many freaky close friends. So I thought of Ashanti. Ashanti is, not even just because I know her personally, but the work she's done. I have some freaky friends, but they won't get freaky on camera. So some of the work that she's done has been some freaky work. And me knowing her personally, I'm like, oh, she seems like one of those free spirits. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey, it is what it is. Why are you looking like this, bro?
So let's say, for people who may not know her, let's say that she has done work that may be risque, but is work nonetheless. Like, Regina Hall in Best Man. She played Regina Hall. Regina Hall in Best Man. She played a stripper.
Yeah.
Did a great job. Okay.
So you just didn't like the way I said it, or
I just don't.
I feel like you said it.
Well, we've already called her names, so I want to.
That's personal. That's not business. That is personal.
But I want to make sure that, like, we're giving a fair description of people.
Okay. So yes, she's done risque work before. So that's, in my mind of why I would go to her. But also, once again, what I was thinking was even more risque than what a lot of people have probably fucking done. So I went to her and I showed her the original. And she knows Pray Pray, which was super dope, like the dancing community type shit. And I showed her the original Lost Sex Tape, and I don't want to speak her, but I think she liked it. Like she liked it from me. She was laughing at it or whatever. She liked it, and then I asked her, like, what I'm saying, would you be able to do something like that? And I asked her about nudity. Like, there's another thing. Like, what I'm saying, the shit was wild. But it was supposed to be even more wild than what it was. But because, like, as a friend, I didn't feel all the way comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel comfortable. Everybody else in the room was great. Everything it wasn't no problem in the room when we were filming the stuff. But as a friend, it's like I didn't want to push her like that. I didn't want to, really kind of like make it look like I'm slutting her out. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to feel like that because this at the time this is still like a good friend of mine. Like this is a genuine friend. So we even talked about nudity. Like you know what I'm saying? She was supposed to be nude in the fucking film, but I didn't have the balls to ask her, "Hey, pull your titties out." When it came to the sex scene, like I said, this is a testament to what I mean by like how people, perceive me type shit. Like you would think, or which I don't know, it sucks, but I know some people would think that, Miles was probably being perverted, during the scene and, what I'm saying, trying to see as much as possible and all that shit. But no, man, when it comes to shit, especially in the business sector, like I'm not that guy, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what the fuck is happening right now. I know, this can be uncomfortable for a lot of people and, what I'm saying, what we're actually doing and whatnot. So it's like, I need you to be comfortable. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Anything that I would have asked her to do, if she would have said, "Oh, I'm not okay with that," cool. I'm not about to force her to do it. I'm not about to push her to do it. But no boundary was met while we were filming that scene at all. But once again, it's because everybody was comfortable. Everybody knew what the objective was with the film. Like everybody knew, you know what I'm saying, what the point of all of this was. But like I said, she was supposed to get nude, but I didn't personally have the heart as a friend to add. That's literally like me actually just pull your titties out. Like I can't do that. And it sucks because I wish I did because we agreed on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, the movie was supposed to have fucking titties in it, but I apologize, y'all. That's really on me. She was down to fucking do it, but I just couldn't make that decision. I wish I could have just left the room, you know what I'm saying? And then, all right, hey, y'all go ahead and do that because whatever, man. But yeah, so after we talked about the parameters of the sex scene, if she could do the sex scene, then cool, we're good. And I mean, we talked about a percentage for her to like get on the back end because once again, I knew what the fuck I'm about to ask her to do. So I'm like, I don't want you to just come out this shit empty handed with just footage. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we do make some money off of this shit. And so you could definitely get a piece of that. So explaining to her what the vision was and what we were trying to do and what I needed from her. And like, she was down for it. And yeah, that's how we went with that. And then with Afo, 2 reasons I casted Afo was, for one, I only worked with him once for No Disrespect, and I really liked him on No Disrespect. That night we filmed with him was one of the toughest nights because it was, the call time for him was midnight. And you know what I'm saying, we probably weren't going to get done till like 5, 6 a.m. And during that time, you really see a motherfucker who they are. You know what I'm saying? Those late night shoots, you see a motherfucker for, this is who you really are. Okay, this ain't daytime, this is nighttime type nigga. And he was really cool, you know what I'm saying? He was professional as shit. Like, he knew his lines, he was listening, he was always attentive, he was ready for blocking and stuff. Like, I could see that hunger that he had in him. So I really wanted to work with him again. To be honest, I tell Kyrie and Corey all the time, like, I didn't know the nigga was that funny. Like, I didn't know the nigga had the comedic chops. I just was hoping that he was good, like as far as like good acting and stuff, and he would be dope. Second reason is the nigga Ashanti had to do the sex scene with had to be good looking. So he wasn't just gonna do it with anybody.
Yeah. So which I don't blame her.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't blame her either. So it was like my choices of attractive niggas was very slim. So I was honestly very lucky to have Afo. Very okay. Yeah. Oh, you would have did that, huh?
I mean,
okay. Well, very lucky to have.
Ahead of time. Anyway,
but it's very lucky to have him. One, because he is a good looking brother, but also because of how good he did. Like I'm saying, I was so shocked at like that. The first scene we filmed with him was the scene where he died. Like that was the first thing we ever filmed with him, and I told him like, yeah, you can improv, do whatever and all that, and you know what I'm saying, we didn't do rehearsals for this film or nothing. We just showed up and we did it. And so for him to like just go in like how he did, I was like, oh, you're an SVS dream. You're so perfect, bro. So
yeah, he's solid.
So yeah, so just as long as I had those two, the leads of the film, like casted and were solid, then like we were good. I mean, we had outside of, once again, you were there on the last day of fucking set. Outside of that issue, I mean, everything was smooth. Like everything, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, issues or nothing.
Yeah. And I think what helped with even though it was a 15-minute sex scene, it was all comedic. Like it was, I was like, when I watched it, I was like laughing so hard. Like they were both hilarious. So even though it was wild, it's all in the name of comedy, and I think that really helped kind of balance it out. So
yeah, it made it very lighthearted, especially when we were filming it. Like I said, that film, I mean, that scene just took like 3-4 hours to actually fucking film, and it was just, it's literally still to me this day, out of all the things I've filmed, that's one of the top 3 funniest days on set I've ever had. Like the amount of, like, my head was literally hurting from laughter after filming that scene, because it was we had a great time.
Yeah. Awesome. So then going into Stripper Party, which was filmed a little bit after that, right?
Yes, it was. I'm sorry.
So, because No Disrespect, Lost Sex Tape and Stripper Party pretty much came out like back to back to back.
Nigga, yes, which is still so wild to me. They came out 10 days apart.
Why did you do that?
I did it. That's the thing. I didn't do it. I did not do it. It literally, like, the universe, it just fucking happened like that. No disrespect, we literally filmed a year ago. A year before, we filmed it in 2022.
Right.
The distribution company said, okay, we're putting it out on July 11th. Like, damn, nigga. So I found that out. I knew it was coming out July 11th before we even did Stripper Party and Lost Sex Tape. So we filmed Lost Sex Tape first, and because of reasons, it was delayed, and it took a minute to come out. And then that came out June 29th. And then Stripper Party came out June 22nd. So it was like, it wasn't even purposely. Lost Sex Tape should have been the first thing to come out. Lost Sex Tape should have been out in like fucking end of April, May type shit. And Stripper Party came out, we thought Stripper Party was going to come out in like July, like after No Disrespect. So it was like, when the films dropped, the only one I knew was dropping at that time was No Disrespect. So when Stripper Party and Lost Sex Tape dropped, we had no idea they were dropping at this time. So it was just like that whole, June, July, August, and really like summer, September, like that whole time was just, nutty as shit because of all of those films like dropping at that time. So
for those who may not know, how did you get connected with a distribution company?
Yeah, just Google, I guess. You just pretty much, it's so many. It depends on it depends on your film. Depends on what the fuck your film is trying to do. If you're trying to get distributed to Tubi, it's one of the easiest fucking things to honestly do. You just figure out, you need to just go to Tubi and look at the company before it, and go look up their website, and then see if that's somebody who you would want to be distributed to. See what type of contract that they're offering, and then just go from there. Like, it's honestly not. I don't want to make it sound like it's not complicated at all. Like, getting on Tubi is one of the most easiest. It's like getting on YouTube, to be honest. It's not a gatekeeper thing. Now, getting on these other ones, those are the gatekeepers. But that's when you need to have a particular type of project, and that's when you need to have a particular type of connection. That's what a lot of people don't have. That's why you see all of these movies on Tubi and whatnot, because people don't have particular type of projects and particular type of connections.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. So going back to the Stripper Party, that one, okay. So when we talked about you wanted more nudity. Originally, there was supposed to be more nudity on Lost Sex Tape. There was actual nudity on Stripper Party.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate that? Because now this is different. Lost Sex Tape would have just been 2 people that you're dealing with as it relates to nudity, right? Plus the crew. On Stripper Party, there would have been a room full of people, room full of men, amongst women who were, either partially nude or nude. So how did you navigate that to make sure everyone felt comfortable, and also keeping everyone on set, I don't want to say in line, but professional?
Absolutely. Once again, one of the things I really pride myself on is the way I run my sets and how the set environment is. For me, like, it's because of how I started. Like, I started just making videos like with my friends and stuff, and then I'm filming me dancing around and stuff. I'm just throwing them into videos and things like that. So it was always like a friendly spirit and a friendly environment, and that's just the same spirit and environment that I keep to this day, no matter what type of content that we're shooting, whether it's a dramatic or it's a comedic or it's risque, whatever it is. It's always a friendly type of environment. So that whole set, like, it was just still the same thing. I feel like as long as I'm there, then I know how to make sure a set is like cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? You'll have instances because you can't control everything. You know what I'm saying? These aren't human beings. You know what I'm saying? You may have somebody rub somebody the wrong way type shit. But for 90%, 95% for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Most people enjoy my sets. Like, most people enjoy like coming to them and they can be comfortable in themselves. And that's exactly what, you know what I'm saying, this set was. It was no different just because like they're half fucking naked. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was no issue. Like, everybody from what I know, even from talking to them like after, because I mean, what I do with a lot of my friends, I always try to keep up with, you know, the people I fucked with after the film and just talking to them. And like, yeah, like they were fine. There was no issues, you know what I'm saying? There was no creepy guys or anything. There was nobody doing something to make them feel uncomfortable. Like, in my honest opinion, they was too fucking comfortable. Look, there was a certain level of comfortability that made Miles be like, oh, all right, guys. I'm just saying, like, it was like, you know what I'm saying? You comfortable, that's cool. But it was very, and like I said, they're half naked for, you know what I'm saying, most of the film. So obviously they're half naked on set. And I told them, like, even we didn't do a table read, did we?
Yeah. Oh, we did an online read.
Okay, during that online read, I remember telling them, like, hey, bring a robe, you know what I'm saying? So, like, during the times we're setting up, you ain't got to be, like, half naked and shit. Ain't nobody follow that. Ain't nobody fucking wearing no robe. It was all just fucking, hey, nigga, we here. His titties, like, you know what I'm saying, they out and shit. So, it was just, but once again, this goes back to what I said about casting. In casting certain people in certain environments and in certain roles. Now, granted, most of these girls I didn't know personally, but I like to think I have a gift of people. And I like to think I know certain types of people and I can just get a vibe for them. It doesn't take me long to kind of see, you know what I'm saying, what type of person this is. And I mean, I think we casted the right people for this project. So it wasn't no because I said that on the online read as well, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, y'all read the script, y'all know what type of film this is, you know, if you're ever uncomfortable, let me know. But honestly, we don't need anybody getting on set and being like cringe and being all shy and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We need y'all to do these certain things. And if you're not okay with that, please, you know, let me know. And, you know, so we're going to find somebody else. But no, all of them were okay with it. And then when they showed up to set, they did exactly what the fuck they came to do. So, no, I appreciate the hell out that cast. I mean, me and Marcel say it all the time. Like, the fact of how we got that cast and how it came together was very, very fucking beautiful. And we really lucked up with a lot of those girls. And it just came out how it came out.
And so, going back to casting the guys more specifically, were you aware, when you were casting the guys, like, were you more aware to make sure that you were choosing men who weren't going to be creepy or who weren't going to be like getting too excited, you know what I mean?
Right. Now, me, yes. Like, the people I casted Ken, casted Afo, casted Gucci, and then it was just me. So, like, all of the actors who, like, had, like, lines, actual lines and shit, like, I knew them to where, oh, yeah, I know they, you know, they've been around ass before. You know what I'm saying? I know they're not about to come in here and just, you know, be, you know, too excited and all of that good stuff. Like, it's, you know, cool, calm, collected people came here to do their fucking job and get the fuck on. But even the people Marcel brought in, and for the people who don't, like, Marcel's a co-writer and producer on Stripper Party as well. So the people even Marcel brought on, I may not have known them like as well or personally, but I mean, they were fine as well. And we were putting them in some predicaments. Like, we were putting them in situations where, you know, your tongue could slip out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was some situations where, hey, man, you could have took full advantage, but no, they were completely cool. They were completely respectful. It was a very respectful set. Like, I know it's like, even when we did the premiere and like people saw, like, people were always like, oh, I know y'all enjoyed that set. I know it was wild. And it's like, no, nigga, it was literally a normal SVS set. They were just half naked.
Yeah. But I think that's important to note because, you know, I'm sure we all know about some independent projects. Not even when it comes to it's practices that are sexual in nature, even if you're talking about fight scenes or gun scenes or whatever, that some people don't really take the extra precautions to make sure that everyone's safe and comfortable on set. And so I think that's why I wanted to talk to you more about that, because even though, yeah, it looked fun, and I'm sure in a way everyone was having a good time, at the same time, it's still important to maintain professionalism.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. To what you're saying, and I take that into consideration since I really started getting into like filmmaking, like with my second film, like in 2015. That's when I did my second film, and I came to Atlanta, and I was working with people that I didn't know. That's when I really took the friendliness and the professionalism and really like combine them together to really make this type of set environment, because like I understand that. I mean, I've been doing sex scenes like since I've started and stuff, and I can understand, how uncomfortable it can be, and how, some scenes, some people may, be a little shy, or this is the first time doing it, or all of that stuff. That's why I like the friendly environment, because if you're in a friendly environment, you'll be a lot more comfortable. You'll be a lot more relaxed. You'll be more easygoing to do, what you have to do, instead of all this pressure being put on you. Like, oh, hey, no, you got to be like this. It has to look like this. No, come on, you're not doing it right. Like, oh, like, no, hey, look, everything's cool, man. We're going to get up here. We try to do it. If you can't do it, we'll adjust. We'll make adjustments, and, we'll get to it a different way. But no, I'm very particular about how I run my sets. And I like to pride myself on the fact that there hasn't been, there's been one time. Outside of that one time, but she didn't give me a chance, all right? Do you remember her? You remember her name?
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name because you was making fun of her name.
Was it?
Yes, you said, get the fuck on. You couldn't pronounce your name no way. Who cares? But she didn't give me a chance. She didn't like a joke that I said to one of the actresses. But if you've been on my set, like I joke with people a certain type of way, and it's not in an ill manner. You know what I'm saying? It's not like an abusive, it's not harassment, it's not. It's like, it's just our banter. It's how we fucking joke. But it was her first day on set. Literally, she'd been there for like 10, 15 fucking minutes, and I said a joke to this girl, and she just dipped out when she fucking left. And one of my interns at the time, she reached out to her, and she found out like that's why she had left, and it was because she said she's experienced like some type of harassment and stuff on sets before. And it's like, to her defense, I completely get it, and I completely understand like where she's coming from. All I can say is just, I'm not that guy. Like, you can't find a woman on my set that would be like, oh yeah, Miles touched me in an inappropriate way, or Miles made me feel this uncomfortable type of way, and if it wasn't rectified. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very much like I said, it's a friendly professional set, and I like to operate that, because I don't think people find that. People don't find sets like this just all willy-nilly, like somewhere. Like, most people don't even like being on set. Like, they'll be so isolated on set because they don't want to talk to anybody, like, because of the environment. Like, it's not fun. Like, it's fun when the camera's rolling and it's acting and stuff, but in between takes and stuff, it's like, it's boring and all of that stuff. There's one reason Marcel hates our sets is because as soon as cut, it's erupted. Like, what I'm saying? Everybody's talking to each other. Everybody's like enjoying themselves and talking, and it's hard for him. It's hard for him to get to the next shot. But that's what I love it. Like, I love when my sets are not quiet. Like, I love hearing people talk and network, and there's so many friendships that have been made on my sets, and I'm so proud of that. I'm so happy to know that so many people have met through my sets, and they've become friends and still good friends to this day for years and stuff. And it's like, that's one of the things SVS is all about. Is you know what I'm saying? It's about having fun and making those connections and doing other things with those people and having just having fun.
Yeah. Cool. So what has been your favorite moments, or top 3 favorite moments of this year?
Top 3 favorite moments. First favorite moment is getting my own spot. I'm not gonna do that is my favorite moment, because for the past 2 years, y'all, I have been bouncing around from couch to couch to floor to living in sketchy places or whatever, and I finally just get to a place to where I can actually call a place like my own. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a very, very big moment for me. Number 2 is definitely, No Disrespect dropping, and the unexpected. Oh no, actually not even it dropping. It going number 1. Like No Disrespect went number 1 on Tubi. That meant the world to me because for one, we made No Disrespect to be some Tubi shit. Like we made it. Like me and myself on set, we would always be like, "This is Tubi's best, nigga. This is Tubi shit right here, my nigga. This is going Tubi." But you never know when it actually drops. So for it to actually go number 1 meant a lot for me because 2022, I dropped 3 films: Social, College Graduation, The Benefit List, and they do nothing on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? They go fucking nowhere. And then here I am in 2023, and I get a film to actually go number 1. Like it felt validating. It felt very much gratifying. Number 3 biggest moment of 2023, I would say, on a personal note, just going to see New Edition in concert. I'm a big New Edition fan. Like New Edition is, you good over there? You shaking your head? There's something on your phone? No, all right, man. Just keep your focus. All right. New Edition is my favorite R&B group of all time. I've never seen them in concert before, and once again, they getting old. And so it's not the same, but I've always wanted to see them in concert. And shout out to my friend Kiana, man. She went with me. Tickets was like $250.
Wow.
Right, and I mean, she went because she knew how much it meant to me. So I appreciate her for going with me. But that was I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, sounds like you had a pretty good year.
I did. No, let's not run over that.
Okay.
Hey, I had a great fucking year this year. I'm talking about not even in comparison. But if we talk about comparison from 2022 to this year, hey man, anything's possible.
And that could be a theme, right? Or a lesson from it, because in 2021, going through depression, which you would have thought would have been like a hype for you because you're celebrating, or 2020, you're celebrating 10 years. And then from 2020 to 2021, not only is there a pandemic, but you're also, going through depression from some personal stuff. 2022, you lose several friends. You are basically homeless. You lose the North Star film that you were trying to shoot. You had the biggest failure of your career. Yeah. So there's that. And am I missing something from all of that?
Yeah, I lost my car.
Did lose your car?
Yeah, I had to shower at Planet Fitness. I mean, if you want to get detailed.
Go
ahead. No, we don't got to.
Okay.
It was rough, niggas. That's all.
So you literally didn't have a place of your own to shower. So you had to shower in Planet Fitness. So all of that you went through, you didn't give up. You kept making films.
Yeah.
And then now to this year, having a film go number 1 on Tubi, your other 2 films doing well. You got your own place. You got a car.
Yes.
New car, red interior.
Come on.
Yeah, this is, you've got different, it seems like your friends are staying for now.
Never know till it happens.
No.
But
right?
No, yeah. I mean, right now I always think about when those friends, when it happened, you see signs. You see shit coming. You see okay, I might have to watch out for this one. I may have to, side eye and all of that good stuff. So a lot of those times, I saw it. Every single one of those, I saw it coming. So right now, no, I don't really. It would be a surprise if I lost a friend in the near future right now, especially with, the circle that I have right now. The thing is, if I'm able to talk to you, if we're able to have an understanding conversation, I'm not the person who doesn't take accountability. I'll admit I'm wrong. I'm not always fucking right about shit, but if we're not able to understand each other's perspectives, that's when, to me, the friendship goes sour. So if we're not able to do that, then it's gonna go wrong. But for me, because it's not like I didn't talk to all of those people. All of those people had conversations with. It was never just okay, yeah, I'm out. It was no, okay, let's try to understand each other. Let's talk, and it was just never an understanding. So as long as we have that, then I don't foresee it. But once again, that this day and age, hey man, I wouldn't be shocked at anything.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's a testament to just keep going. Like literally just don't quit.
Yeah.
If you're still alive, just keep going.
I mean, yeah, that's not, yeah, my nigga, without a doubt. Like, that's what you were saying, like, at the beginning, like, talking about drive and stuff. Like, it's just, like, I was telling myself the same thing. Like, with all of the shit that I went through last year, I know for a fact so many people would have stopped. Mm-hmm. Like, would have just, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't for me. Either this ain't for me or I'm about to take a big break. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go get a job. I'm about to, stop planning. I'm about to try to do other things. I'm about to try to get my own place. Like, I'm about to sacrifice. Not sacrifice. I'm about to sacrifice my dream to go and do this other shit. Mm-hmm. For me, my mindset has always been, let me sacrifice my personal life to try to achieve this dream. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's just been the driving thing for me. So it's, yeah, you can't quit, because that's the other thing. It's, if I quit, that means all of this was worthless. Mm-hmm. That means I went through all of this for nothing. Mm-hmm. And I have nothing to show for it. So it's like, even having this little victory this year, and now it's like, it's seeing that, holy crap, a lot of things that I went through, it's been worth it. It's actually paying off now. And that's, that's a very good fucking feeling. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I have another question for you, though. So, with most of your films, even with no disrespect, it wasn't intended to necessarily be a comedy, but there were some specifically comedic moments in there. And I know that you said that you're really hard on comedic films. Mm-hmm. Do you have any inspirations that do affect you comedically? Even if it's just like not maybe a film, but maybe like a comedian themselves, like a person.
So, do I have any comedic inspirations?
Yes.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is number one for me. Dave Chappelle is the fucking GOAT for me. Like, there's nobody who's been more inspirational when it comes to comedy for me. From Chappelle's Show to all of his fucking stand-ups. Like, Chappelle is just the GOAT for me. Like, he's intelligent and comedic. He can make any situation into a comedy. And that's something that, I strive to do. Like, no matter what the situation is, whether it's something with politics, whether it's, death or grief or, something happened in the world, celebrity stuff, whatever it is, like, you should be able to teach as well as make it funny. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what he does. And that's what I strive to do with most of my films. Not these recent films, but most of the films that I put my heart and soul into. I tried to put, they're funny, but they also have, they make sense. They put, shit into a different perspective as far as like, some of the medicine that's in the messages that's in the film. So definitely Dave Chappelle.
Cool.
Hell yeah. You fuck with Dave?
Love Dave Chappelle.
Okay. I literally stopped talking to a girl because she didn't like Dave Chappelle. I was like, it was one of the times one of his stand-ups was coming. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch Chappelle new stand-up tonight. He's like, why would we do that? Oh, let me get my shit. Get the fuck on out of here. Mm-hmm. Lost your damn mind.
Okay. Now, the people call you Big Daddy D.
Oh, that's what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
So my question.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question.
Is, since you are Big Daddy D.
That's what they call me. Yes.
Which has certain, implications. Why are you single?
You don't think big dick niggas are single?
But you've been single for a long time.
Very long time.
But you.
How long has it been since you've been single?
I've been single for I'm trying to do the math. It'll be 12 years next year. I'll be single. Last girlfriend I had was in 2012. First off, number one, I'm single because from 2012 to 2020, I was focused on SVS. And during that whole time, I only entertained one girl, and that's because she was persistent about the entertainment. But I didn't, like, girls wasn't a thing. Like, girls, it's not like I didn't see, women that wasn't interested in women, but women are expensive. So, was I going to spend my money on a woman or was I going to spend my money on SVS? And I always chose SVS. So knowing that, it was like, why would I ever even try to, knowing where my mind is right now, there's no point in me trying to even, date a woman. And she's not going to understand, like, what the fuck I'm trying to do. Anyway, so 2020, from 2020 to now, I would say I'm single because oh, did you have an answer? Or?
I'm waiting. Patiently waiting for the answer. I don't know.
I mean, Peggy, that is a hard question to answer. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's not like I haven't tried. It's not. I don't want to call myself like I'm too picky, but yeah, I just haven't. It's certain the type of guy that I am. Finding the girl that complements that has been hard, like very hard. I've been on a fuck ton of dates in the past 4 years and talked to plenty of women, and yeah, just trying to find somebody who understands the life that I live and the goals that I have and just how I am as a person has been just very hard.
Okay. So what is your type? What type of woman are you looking for?
Wait, did you not believe me, or you're real shifty over there?
Well, because it's very much, because you kind of the common denominator here. So it's like you can't. I'm looking at it. Went on all these days. They just not working out. But you the common denominator. So I was just
okay, Peggy. I am one of the most introspective motherfuckers you will ever meet. I self-analyze on the daily. I'm going to watch this so many times and analyze myself and analyze you. That's how I learned about, people and stuff. To take accountability for, like, my dating life, I mean, without a doubt, but it's like trying to figure out what it is would be hard because, I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, one you've talked to, or really two that you've talked to, it's not like Miles was a jackass. And like Miles was,
nothing.
Oh, okay. It's not like Miles was like this big problem. Miles had these issues. Like, I'm not, a terrible guy. Like, when it comes to what's with this, it's so shifty. I'm sorry.
So sorry.
We need a camera on her. It's not like I'm any of those things. It's just, I think it's just certain qualities that I'm looking for. But like I always say, because it does sound wild. Like, it does sound like, well, Miles, you're dating these girls, you're choosing these girls. So like, what is the issue? But it's like I wish y'all could talk to all of the girls that I've dated and get a answer and get an honest answer of why, it didn't work out. Because.
But what specifically are the qualities you're looking for?
I mean, I guess if we want to sum it up, maybe it is I'm asking for too much. Maybe I am being picky, but it's like, damn, the fuck, intelligence is the first fucking thing. Trying to find a woman and have an intelligent conversation with her, and it's not even talking about like being educated, like having a master's degree and being a bachelor's degree and all of that crap. It's just being able to talk about different perspectives of the world. Like, I'm very much big on that. I'm not one-sided about anything. I like to understand different people's opinions and different people's perspectives and why they think that way and all of that type of shit. Finding a woman who I can talk to about that has been non-existent. And that's I guess to me, that's one of my biggest qualities that I look for in a woman, and I can't find, because when you have those conversations, like some of the shit they say, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, that don't make no sense, you know what I'm saying? That ain't it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that immediately turns me off, and then that would just, send me to, okay, I can just be friends with her, or I can, you know what I'm saying, not take her seriously type shit. So I think that's the biggest thing. But I mean, obviously, yeah, and just having that type of intelligence to where you can understand different perspectives. And honestly, I like a traditional woman. I like a traditional, like...
You don't like no modern woman? Is that what you're saying?
Fuck no. Let's be clear about that shit. Okay? Let's be real clear about that. I honestly do not.
Okay.
I don't, and maybe that's another reason why it's hard.
But what does that look like? So, how would you describe a traditional woman?
For me, she doesn't have to have a job. If she wants to have a job, you know what I'm saying, cool. But the job cannot take precedence over the family, like the family and me. I love a woman that can cook. I don't personally cook, so but I do love a woman to feed me. Most of the women that I've stayed with for the longest, they've been able to cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the definitions of way to a man's heart is his belly. Like, I'm that nigga. Like, if you can fucking cook, fucking fantastic. Cooking, and I don't like the cooking, cleaning type shit. Cooking, yes, but the cleaning, just be clean. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be scrubbing all day and shit, but don't be messy. Don't be a nasty bitch. You know what I'm saying? Be clean. Just have some cleanliness about you. Being a good mother, being able to take care of, you know what I'm saying, the kids, as far as the nurturing and whatnot. And, just being, once again, for me, mainly, I think I do like to talk. Like, I want a partner that I can, like, talk to and have, conversations with about different shit. And it's like, I've been able to find women, obviously, that can cook, that are neat, and that are, good mothers and stuff. But the conversation, being able to actually talk to them and talk about the world and stuff. Like, I can give you thousands of examples, but this one girl I was talking to, the shit that happened with, what's her name? Brittany Griner, when she was over in Russia. And I started talking to her about that. And she was like, who's Brittany Griner? And I was like, man, fuck. Like, yo, man, like, you don't know what the fuck is going on out here. Like, this doesn't got to be politics. Like, it's pop culture now because of it's Brittany Griner. So it's like, just that type of shit is a turnoff to me, to where, if I can't talk to my spouse, then everything else is kind of like non-void.
So with all that you're doing, running SVS, all of that, how would a woman fit into your life?
Well, you be there. You know what I'm saying? Just be there. Like, it's not hard to be there. Like, even another girl I was talking to, obviously SVS is a big part of my life, and it's very fucking important to me. So I would want the woman that I'm talking to care about SVS as well. So show interest, you know what I'm saying? Show some type of, interest in what I'm doing in SVS and stuff. Like, two different examples. One example, this girl I was talking to, she never watched any of my films. She never knew shit about, nothing about anything that I was fucking doing. So I was like, if SVS is a major part of my life, I can't even talk to you about SVS because you know, like, what the fuck is going on? You show no interest in what's going on. It's another girl who I talked to. She watched like 3 of my films before like our first date type shit. And I was like, oh, that's, that means a lot to me that you actually took the time out to go and watch. Like, that's not something I require, you know what I'm saying, to watch my films before we meet. But the fact that she did it, you know what I'm saying, it just showed interest. To watch 1, cool, but to watch 3, damn, okay, hey, let me take you to a nice restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Cheesecake. It's definitely Red Lobster. I'm just saying that showed interest. So the way a woman can fit into my life with SVS is to literally just be there. Like, like literally, that's all you have to do. Be there, show interest, like at least look like you give a fuck about what the hell I'm doing. And I'm thinking about the women that I've dated, and I don't think none of them have showed like that they give a fuck. Like, I feel like they've watched the movies out of like being forced, you know what I'm saying, to watch the films. Like some watch them out of, you know, genuine wanting to, but I've never felt like a woman was there for me with SVS. And honestly, I mean, that's the other way to my heart. Like if I feel like you understand what I'm going after, you understand the dream of what I'm trying to pursue, like that's a big thing for me.
What is the dream? What are you trying to pursue?
Well, the main bottom line goal for SVS is, so, like, I'm sorry when I cut you off at the beginning, but so it's SVS Mob. Now it's SVS Mob. That's the complete total enterprise. And then you have the section of SVS Productions where we do film, and then you have SVS Music Group where we do music. So the entire goal and dream is to have SVS Mob everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Have a big presence in film and have a big presence in music.
Okay. So kind of like, maybe like a Sony. Like Sony has music, Sony has...
Yeah, like a lot of those companies, yeah. They're like Sony, Universal, Columbia, like all of those are companies where they have labels and they have... and Disney, like they have labels and they have film productions. And, you know what I'm saying, little subsections and stuff like they do from that. But yeah, that's definitely the goal. And to do it, you know what I'm saying, be independent. To where it's not, you know, I'm not owned by a studio or nothing. It's like I'm contracted and I partner with other studios to do such.
Interesting. So then what lane, right? Because most of the films that you've done, well, I won't say most, but specifically the last three, which have kind of, I don't want to say defined SVS, but it's at the very least put SVS on a wider map.
Yeah.
They could probably categorize as hood classics. Right? Do you feel like that is the trajectory that you're going into? Just like, you know, getting those like keeping going with like the hood classics?
No,
like,
let me stop you there. Absolutely fucking not. So I've done 10 feature films. The first 7 of those films are comedies with a message. The past 3 films that I've done were all experiments that we made specifically to do what they did. And I mean, luckily we were successful in, you know what I'm saying, doing what they did. Were for them to be experimental films and for them to actually work and do what they did. It was like, holy shit, great. Hey man, great fucking experiment, right? Great hypothesis. But no, the goal is the first 7 films that I've done. Those are the type of films that I aspire to make, and I want to really to define my career. So it's like I understand if people have only seen the past 3 films that I've made to think that, okay, this is what SVS is. This is what SVS does. And I'm not afraid of that, because throughout SVS there's always been times and years where people have looked at SVS a certain way and I've had to show them different. Like I've had to let them know, hey, well, you know, SVS can do, you know, other things. This is, you know, the broad. I hate when people put people period in a box, but people have always tried to put SVS in a box, and now this is just another box that people are trying to put SVS in. And I'm not scared at all of getting out of that box, because once again, I know myself and my talent, and I know what I honestly do. And the only way you could put me in that box now is if you don't do your research. Like you act like there's not other films on Tubi that you could go and watch and whatnot. Because we were at a screening, for no disrespect, and one of the women in the crowd, she was like, okay, so are you afraid of you know, or how do you feel about portraying these negative stereotypes about black people and stuff? And I didn't even answer the question. One of my friends, Jerry, he popped up and answered the question like, oh, well, you know, you can go on Tubi and watch a film called Social that we made. It's about a guy who has ADD and social anxiety and all this good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I was gonna say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, I get what you're saying about this, but you've only seen this one film of mine. You think that this is all that I'm about, when in reality, you know what I'm saying, I've made so many different types of other things people still haven't even, you know, don't know about, like In the Moment, and making, you know, a film with a white lead, like a white woman lead at that, and all that good stuff. So it's like, I understand the box that I've put myself in unintentionally, but I wouldn't be worried about that at all because of my history and, you know, just the confidence I have in my talent.
Yeah. Okay. With the success of all these films, right, now there's come, like you said before, finances. Your financial status has changed.
my tax bracket. I'm sorry, what's funny is all the money not even here yet. Oh. All right. Yes.
So with that, this new status, this new tax bracket.
Hey, I know it don't seem like it because we like in this type of setup, but I didn't feel like paying for that. So,
but he could have. Let's just.
He said everything was already here, so I was like, I'm not gonna drag everything out. All right, hey, look, if you don't believe I ain't got it, believe it. You're right. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
So now that you got this money, who are you leaving in the dust?
All you niggas. She ain't got my new number.
That's wild.
Nah. Who am I leaving in the dust? That's so wild. She just asked me, who am I leaving in the dust with? Like, now that I have like a different type of money, like who am I just leaving? Like, who am I leaving? I don't want to leave anybody. I don't, man. I want to bring everybody, man. I'm the person who I want to bring people with me. I don't want to be lonely at the top. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't want to be that guy that, oh man, I did all of this and now I look to my left and look to my right and look to my left and look to my right. This nigga dropped out. I don't want to be that guy to where I don't see nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not about leaving people in the dust. It's who's going to get left. You know what I'm saying? If you're not on board, that's how you get left. I'm showing everybody, hey, this is where we're going. This is like, I've had conversations with some of my close friends who I've known for like over a decade, like who I met in college, who were, really grinding it out with me in those early years and stuff. And I'm letting them know, I'm sorry, this nigga.
Just made here lunch and dinner.
Y'all niggas didn't talk to breakfast.
Couldn't get a plastic or nothing. You had to get metal in this motherfucker.
Metal on glass.
And just hear Iron Man clacking in the back. Like, what's going on? So I had a conversation with like my close friends who I went to college with and let them know, like, hey, I'm not saying it's about to happen in the next year or the next 2 years, but I feel SVS getting to a certain level to where, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to want and need my guys around. I'm going to want and need, people that I fully trust around. So I need y'all to start thinking about that and start thinking about a change of career, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Start looking into, different sectors of shit. Because, it's not about, like I said, leaving people in the dust. I want people to come with me. But if you're not on board with what is going on, then that's how you get, left in the dust. So right now, like I've said this every year since SVS started. Hey, best time is now. The best time to get on is now. Now, when I start saying that time is left, that's when you fucked up. And that time, to me personally, I feel is coming soon. That time when I'm not about to just be accepting certain shit and certain people in my life. Like, I feel that coming soon. And that's when, the train has left. And it's like if you knew me before this and you didn't get on board, then there's no way for you to get on board.
Yeah.
It'll only be new people who didn't know me and now they're just now meeting me at this certain level of, my career and stuff. And now, because I can't hold it against them. Y'all ain't know me when I was, grinding out and broken shit. But you did know me when I was grinding out and broken. You didn't want to get on board. So it's like, I don't turn around for that person.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Nothing. I was just wondering because, I think, sometimes when you get to a certain level, some people decide that some people are no longer good enough for them anymore. And so I was just wondering if there was anyone in your life that is just like, no longer aligned with the new version of...
Not the new version.
SVS and Miles.
Nah, I can't think of nobody that I would immediately just be like, yeah, I'm just not fucking with them no more. I mean, I'm very much a second, third, fourth chance type of person. Like, anybody you see me fall out with, like I said, it's multiple infractions. It's not just like this one fucking thing. So, nah, there's nobody that, and I'm really trying to think. There's nobody that Nah. Some niggas on that third and fourth chance. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Some niggas on that third and fourth. But you know what I'm saying? Is all it is just a conversation with me. But people got a lot of pride and ego that they're not willing to have a conversation. So I think that's another thing that will keep a lot of people away is once again their own pride and ego because they don't want to speak up and have that, that awkward or uncomfortable conversation about how they're actually feeling, which I don't shy away from that. Like I gravitate towards that. Like that makes me trust you more. That makes me, what I'm saying, the more vulnerable you can be, that makes me see, who you are as a person more and stuff. So
cool. On a more serious note, when it comes to the change in your tax bracket, this is pretty much a moment, maybe not the moment, but definitely a moment you've been working towards for the last 13 years to get to a place where you can be more stable and also produce your films. So getting to that moment that, you've just been grinding for, and finally getting there, or at least getting close to there, how are you navigating that? What are you doing differently? And how do you see your work going forward?
Navigating it differently by being more aware and having more care, because being broke all this time, it's like I didn't have much to care for. Like even when I moved into my apartment, it was one trip. It wasn't like I had a bed and a couch and TV to move in. Shit. Like no, the apartment was empty as shit, and I had all my stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a lot. So I didn't have a lot to give a fuck about. But now it's like, what I'm saying, I have more things that I care for, more things that I have a responsibility for. So having a care over more so how I move and more so things I say to certain people, I am going to have a more second thought before I do certain things, because I have shit to lose now. I never had shit to lose in my life. This whole time I've operated off of, hey nigga, what you gonna take from me? Like, take the clothes off my back? Take it, nigga. Like, it is what it is. But now, what I'm saying, I have shit to lose, so I have to move. I feel I have to move a certain type of way. So I think that would be the biggest thing that'll change with me, like personal wise, career wise. Like I said, I'm not a multi-millionaire type shit, but just how I budget, like how I break down the budget for the films that we're about to do will be different than normal. Like allocating certain things to certain places that I've never allocated before will now be, be able to do. Like I never paid for a full-time like makeup artist like on any of my fucking. It's always been, hey, either come with it or I may have somebody there to do touch-ups for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It's never been like the whole time. So that's one of the things like I'm thinking about for one of the films we have coming up, just being able to have like a makeup artist there for the entire day. So just different types of allocating with the budgets would be different now.
Good. How do you feel about what you've accomplished?
Like everything, like 13 years?
Like looking back over all these 13 years and like looking back on the different accomplishments, like how do you feel today?
The reason I hesitate with this answer is because I don't often sit and think about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the 10-year anniversary was one of the first times where like I really looked back at the 10 years and really looked at everything that I've done and everything that I've been through and all the people that I've interacted with. And it was just, what I'm saying, it's a lot. Like it's genuinely, and I don't say this to exaggerate or nothing, man, but it's a lot, Peggy. Like I've genuinely done a lot as far as when it comes to this industry, like the journey of, you want to talk about parodies. I've done parodies. I've researched parodies. I know a lot about parodies. You want to talk about music. I've done music. I've researched music. I know a lot about music videos, skits. You want to talk about skits. Like everything that I've done, I've always researched it. Like I know the top people who are doing those things at the time. Like, you know RDC?
Yes.
That was us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was SVS in college. And I'm so happy and, like, proud of them because they achieved the vision that I had for SVS. Like, when we were really focusing on skits and, like, YouTube and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, they're actually fucking doing it. And that was the vision I had for us. And just seeing them and operate, like, I would love to, like, really work with them, like, one day. Because just the similarities in, like, Mark and me is, like we're just genuinely the same type of person type shit, and he keeps his homeboys around him. Like, that was me. Like, the team was my motherfucking homeboys. So from music videos to doing the skits to doing the short films, and then now to doing the feature films, to even like doing, you know, events and premieres and like all of these different types of things that I've done over the years. It's just at the end of the day, how I feel like I just feel like I've done a lot. I feel like I've done a lot, and I'm still not even like halfway done with what, you know what I'm saying, I want to do and what I have in mind and stuff. And it can be nerve-wracking if you really think about this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about like everything that you've done, you know what I'm saying, in the industry, in your life and shit, it's just like, damn, nigga, you've actually like the career that I've had is the type of life that some people have had. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That may be working like a 9-to-5, and they'll do all these adventures and meet all these different types of people in their, you know, personal life, but their career is just like, you know, a daily 9-to-5 job. My personal life is like a daily 9-to-5 job, but my career I've just done and met with so many different types of people. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I am proud. Like, I am proud, but one thing that I do use to keep myself grounded is to not think about that shit. Like, I don't try to think about like all of that. I've even recently, this celebrating myself is some very recent shit that I've started doing, like celebrating me doing 10 feature films, celebrating the 10-year anniversary and all that good stuff. Like, that's just because I feel like I should take those moments to actually recognize that, holy shit, hey nigga, you actually did, you know what I'm saying, this type of shit. And I mean, not to get morbid and stuff, but you know, niggas die every day. So it's like, you know, you don't, that's another reason about the documentary. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to have that regret of not, you know, recognizing yourself and celebrating yourself. You thinking that you can wait until, you know, you get an Oscar, or you get on these TV platforms and, you know, you have a big studio premiere for a box office and all of that type of shit. But nah, nigga, I mean, realize what you've done now. And it's such a personal thing because people in general don't look at it the same way. Mm-hmm. People will look at, oh, you've done 10 feature films, you still ain't shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You still, what movie you had in box office, nigga? What have you, who you done worked with, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like all of that type of shit. So it's like, and that's something I've always dealt with, because I can sit here and say I have all this experience. I've done this for 13 years, but throughout my career with people, it's always been, people always still look at me like we're the same. Mm. And that's not to say like I'm above anybody or anything, but if you just started doing this for 2 years, my nigga, we not the same. Like, we're not the same in no type of capacity. But because, you know, I'm broke and because I'm, you know, still struggling and stuff, it's like, so nigga, you done it for 13 years. Who the fuck cares? It's like, I'm not validated by clout. I'm not validated by money. I'm not validated by, you know, working with certain people. Like, I don't have any of that. So that's what makes people look at you a different type of way. So I've never had that until, you know, kind of technically now, even with just having some money and having, you know, a certain type of clout because of, you know, the films and stuff. So I hate that viewpoint of even like doing the 13 years because, you know, just because I think it's a big deal and I think it's, you know what I'm saying, I look at shit as differently than to be like, that's really dope. If you've done 10 films, nigga, like that's fucking incredible. You know how hard it is to do one, bro? Mm-hmm. And you've done 10 fucking films, like that's fucking nuts, and it should be celebrated no matter what freaking level you're on. And if the films are good, you know what I'm saying? This is me being a critic. Like, if a nigga done 10 films, bro, I'm there celebrating you. Like, hey, they can all be 10 trash ass shits, but nigga, you did 10 fucking films. Mm-hmm. But if the 10 films are even, like 5 of them are watchable and good, like, bro, why can't you celebrate that? But okay, we live in this world of clout. You know, we live in this world of you can only be validated if you got money, if you got celebrity status, if you're in the circle of a fucking celebrity, and I'm none of that. So that's why another reason why it's hard for me sometimes to even look at the 13 years because of how other people are looking at it.
Well, you should focus on how you look at it, Miles. But if we're gonna look into the future now, where do you see SVS in 2 years, which would be the 15th anniversary of 2025?
Yes.
And then where do you see in 2030, which would be your 20-year anniversary?
In 2 years, because that's honestly a timeline I am giving myself. In 2 years, I do hope to have a film, at least one film, with some type of national acclaim. When not even acclaim, like notoriety. Like the film being, you know, top dream is, you know, being in a theater in box office. But if people can know about the film in, you know, in California, in Oregon, in Texas, and, you know, nationwide, then that's my goal. Because I can't say that with no disrespect. You have to show niggas you know, the nigga who did it, he hadn't even seen it. You know what I'm saying? He seen the scene, the scene went viral, but I want the movie to go viral. Like I want the movie to be known like nationwide. So in 2 years, that's a real close goal that I really am hoping to have. In really at least 2 to 3 years, I'm hoping that I could, because I'm looking at the next year as a setup for 2025. Like I don't expect shit to happen for me next year, but hopefully I can set myself up for 2025 to have a year like that. And then in 7 years, right? 7, 5. You said 5 more years after whatever. 20 years.
7.
Right. Okay. In 20 years. In the 2020 year for SVS, the plan is, I mean, the same plan is hopefully at the 2020 year anniversary, I will have some type of notoriety in SVS Productions as well as SVS Music Group, as far as having, you know, some type of national notoriety. People know both of them.
What do you want to be remembered for?
For making people laugh comfortably. A lot of people, you know, laugh, making people laugh comfortably and a good time. A lot of people laugh sometimes because other people are laughing, or it's a nervous laugh, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, awkward laugh, whatever it may be. But that comfortable laugh is a special laugh because you're laughing uninhibited. Like one of my favorite quotes, like Marlena, she used to say, was like when she first met us, she really enjoyed us because she was laughing how she would laugh at home. Like she was enjoying herself so much that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people will, you know, do the or, you know what I'm saying, try to down their laugh down. But when you can just belt out and fucking laugh, that means a lot to me, because you're comfortable. You don't give a fuck. You may have a weird fucking laugh, but you don't care because you're comfortable and you feel safe and you're enjoying the comedy that you're watching. So that, and then a good time. Like I want people to remember me for having a good time. Like whenever you're around Miles, even if it's not just about, you know what I'm saying, having like a wild and having a comedy and just having like laughing and stuff, even if it's just being in a safe space, like being able to just talk to, you know, Miles, and I was able to, you know, express myself and let him know what was going on, and, you know what I'm saying, he heard me and he understood, and, you know what I'm saying, it was a good time. Like a good time doesn't just have to be about fun and being you know, laughing and all that good stuff. So laughing comfortably and a good time. That's one of the reasons why I smile the way I smile, like in my pictures and stuff. It's because when, you know, unfortunately, when somebody does pass, you always go back to their pictures. So whenever somebody goes back to my pictures, they're always going to see that same goofy, dumbass smile. And you can't help but smile whenever you see it. You can't be so sad. Just look at this dumbass nigga. He was stupid. I was a stupid nigga, bro.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons I started doing that smile, like, I want to say in 2013. And that was the reason why. Like, because somebody had died and they were posting, like, people were posting like the same picture of him. It's like, damn, nigga had no other pictures. Nah, it's just that same motherfucking one. So it's like I wanted different pictures all with that same smile. So so people could post. Nobody has to post the same picture. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can post their own personal pictures but it's still the same smile.
That's nice. So last question: what is next for SVS Productions, and what's next for Miles? I don't know. I can hear it. I can hear it.
That nigga hiccup. That motherfucking steak dropped right there. Right. Next for SVS. So next year, man, or this year, whatever, 2024. 2024, I have a lot of plans. And I thought about when we were going to do this, like if I was going to say the plans and stuff, but I honestly don't want to because I was talking to Kenny at your party and that Marcel didn't go to, and he was asking me about like what's the plans for next year and stuff, and I was kind of told him the same thing. Like I gave him like a sketch out of the plans, but like stripper party and lost sex tape wasn't on the plans for this year. Like that wasn't supposed to happen. Like the shit I planned out like in December for 2023, neither of those movies were on it. So it's like, you know, plans change like heavily. So for me, the plan overall for 2024 is to set myself up for 2025. So this year I'm going to be putting in a lot of new work that like no experimental work, like, you know what I'm saying? No stripper party, lost sex tape, no disrespect type of work, but work that I've wanted to do, that I've genuinely love, and that's like close to my heart. I'm going to be putting all of my resources into getting those projects off the ground to hopefully in 2025 where they can be released like nationally. So that's overall really the plan that I have for this year. It's vague, but hey, nigga, just follow me and you see what happens.
And what's next for Miles, personally?
Well, now that we've touched knees, I feel like it would only be right. I couldn't even finish, yo. I couldn't even finish.
Please.
I was going to like keep going, but I couldn't.
Marcel made it worse. I didn't see it. Yeah, I checked the thing. You can't see it. Oh, maybe you can. You can see it now.
It's a parting gift. Next for Miles, man. Next for Miles. Peggy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Say, I don't know if I just say something, but I don't think I wanna say that.
Nah, say it.
I am. Peggy, the whole dream for me was to be able to get a wife, or at least a strong spouse that I could have before I ascend to like a certain level. But now that I'm kind of getting to a certain level, I almost don't want it. I'm single, and
So you just trying to be outside?
every day.
So what's next for Miles is being outside.
Ladies, I just moved into my place called the Boom Boom Room. It's a lovely spot. You should come over and.
You're gonna be scared to get naked.
No, look, I joke, but no, seriously, it is genuinely just to have that. Now, I am still, you know what I'm saying? I'm not at that level. Once I get to that level, there's no turning back. I'm sorry. Once I reach 1 million, there's no turning back. My son had a good conversation. You really learn who the fuck you are when you get a bunch of money, and I'm pretty sure I can know myself that once I reach that million, it's time to have fun. And I think that's what I would do. But right now, hey, I would love to have just that one woman. Like, I really would enjoy. I said I'm gonna take the rest of this year off because after that fucking Red Lobster incident, I just stopped talking and stopped trying. But at the start of the year, I said I'm gonna try again. You know what I'm saying? Try to take some girls out and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Just, once again, just try to find that woman, man.
Well, good luck on your endeavors. But that's all, guys. That is...
It's not genuine at all, but whatever.
That has been Inside SVS with your host, Peggie J. Lyons.
Yes. Did you learn anything?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot today.
What's two things that you take away from this interview?
I think because of the version of you that I know and just how, like, playful you are all the time, it's easy to not take you seriously. And I think today really helped me, like, really, like, looking back on, like, all that you've persevered through and, like, the spirit of, like, keep goingness that you have. I think I really just, like, learned a deeper respect for you and, like, what you do as, like, a professional.
Thank you.
I also learned more so of, like, the why behind certain things. Like, why you don't give a F. Or at least, well, no, you just don't. Like, why you don't. Like, why you don't. Or, like, certain things that you're passionate about. So more so just, like, the nuances of Miles. Which is nice.
I think people get lost in that giving a fuck. Like, actually caring. I think so many people get lost in actually caring that's where so many failures and so many things, like, doesn't happen. Like I said, I've been this way since I was 17 years old. So it's like still meeting people to this day that, you know, have issues with what other people think about them and stuff. It's like, I haven't been able to relate to that in so fucking long, but it's such a strong thing these days that people just even saying the shit, like, people genuinely care about how other people think about them and how they're perceived and not wanting people to think negatively about them. Like, at the end of the day, niggas are going to think negative about you, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do, but people just want everybody to like them. People have a problem not being liked. Like, people genuinely have an issue. Oh, that person doesn't like me? Well, why? Well, hold on. What's wrong? What did I do to them? Who cares? They don't like your hair. They don't like your eyes. They don't like your back. Who gives a fuck? They don't like you. Why is that affecting your life?
I think it's a natural...
It's human nature.
It's human nature. Because I know that's, like, I deal with that a lot. Like, I really, really care about what people think about me. And I shouldn't, I know. But, like, I do. And I think it's a super special power that you have that you don't care. No, and it's helped you get to where you are.
Absolutely. Which, I mean, I get it. Even that's why, you know, so I don't care to, like, mention names and stuff, because people who are friends with them or like them, you know what I'm saying? They're going to think whatever the fuck they want anyway, man. It's just, I guess, I think that people are going to think whatever the fuck they want. I try to do my best in giving people all of the information possible so they can make their own fucking decision. But at the end of the day, you can give people proof that 2 + 2 = 4, and they're still going to think that it's 22. No, I believe that it's 22. Okay, well, go fucking believe it. So it's like, who am I to really sit here and try to explain to this person, no, don't you see this, and this? Like, no, you're the idiot, because you're explaining, you know what I'm saying, taking your time, a futile argument, explaining it to this person. So that's something that I really just had to grasp with people, like, throughout all of these years. Like, man, y'all care so much what that motherfucker think. I could give 2 shits if they like or dislike what the fuck I'm doing, because it's not going to affect me in any type of way. All right.
It's a lesson, guys. We should all strive to be more like Miles.
Oh.
Anyway,
It's not even that note.
But it has been a pleasure getting inside the mind of Miles the Triplett. You're not a triplet, but you know.
No,
The Miles Triplett, I guess I'll say. But Miles the Triplett sounds good. Miles the Triplett. Anyway,
okay.
it's been very fun getting inside of your mind, learning so much about your journey. I definitely feel like your story really, really needs to be told. So I really think you should tell it as many times as you can, because it is really a story of like true perseverance, and like we never know like when our blessing is coming. And like it's like you were kind of at that, you know, that meme or that picture, you know, where it's like you like right there, but it's like, bro, I've been digging for so long. As a human, you're just like, F it, like I'm just gonna say forget it, because I feel like I'm going nowhere, and I've been going nowhere, and it's like you don't even know that the gold mine is on the other side, and for you kept going to get to that gold mine, and so I really hope that you continue to tell your story and like allow people to learn more about you and to continue to inspire. So thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. Well, thank you for doing this. You did a good job.
Yay.
I think you did a good job. But I appreciate you doing this. I mean, one of the reasons I did choose you was because I am comfortable like talking to you. I think we do have like, you know, good long talks and stuff in there, filled with not just one perspective. Like they're filled with understanding. We don't always agree on, you know what I'm saying, everything, but we can understand each other's different perspectives, and it can still be, you know what I'm saying, love at the end of the day. So
We touch knees.
We yep, for those perverts out there who love to see knees touch,
We did.
there's that. So hey, hopefully we have a good SVS season this year, 2024, man. Please keep up with everything that SVS is doing. But if not, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm sorry. Hey, look, either you're gonna do it or you're not. Either you want to or you don't. And if you don't, it is what it is. I'm not mad at you at all. For any people that may be mad about this interview,
Peggy had nothing to do with anything.
Peggy had nothing to do with it. You have no reason to be mad at Peggy. Let all your anger be focused on me. But while you're focusing your anger on me, I want you to think, does Miles give a fuck? Does Miles even give a fuck?
My God.
He doesn't. Spoiler alert. All right, man. We will see y'all next year inside of SVS. Thank y'all for watching.
Peace.
I just don't give a fuck.